Alrighty, let's open this. Let's turn on the music. Bum, 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 bum. Bada, bum, bum, bada. Bum, bam, 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 bum, bum, bada, 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 bada. What's up, POE?
Swift and silent, you stole the bounty of
How we doing, guys?
I've not seen a
Okay. Yeah, more speedrun practice. We actually got a 1957 yesterday. We got a 1957 Act 1. Pretty good. How are you guys doing? They put out a season 5 trailer for Last Epoch. They did. Can you link it, Bananas? I can just Google it. Let's see. Last Epoch YouTube. Oh yeah, I got it. 21 seconds.
I remember.
All right, let's watch this 21-second trailer. See what we have here. Rage of the Frostborn.
I remember your strength, traveler. The wound never heals. Prepare yourself. I am owed blood!
October 1st. That's kind of far away, isn't it? Okay, so didn't get too much from that, but that's it. Okay, that wasn't too much, but October 1st, at least we have a date. Oops. What kind of preview is that? It wasn't much. Oh yeah, Gucci, I forgot to answer your questions. Oh, see what we can do here today, boys.
still breathing. That's a good sign.
Fine. Stay sharp out there.
I've seen Lion Eyes. Goodbye.
Babe, I'm out of the scene, but I was picking up from Bethnal Green. Bum, bada, bum, bada, bum, bum, bum. We're not ranger muling. We're just speed running this character straight up. No ranger mule.
The worms will have to wait a bit longer for this.
Take a pair of gloves. We're a little bit low on our XP here. $3.16 is my best time ever. Bum, bum, bum. I could have picked up.
Stay sharp out there.
I don't.
Okay, we're doing very good here. The problem that I have is I'm kind of a low level.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Pretty sure I ran the wrong way right there. Oh well.
Pain brings strength. That's nature for you.
Absolutely deleted. Nice. We're flying, guys. The Zelda music. Bro, I was playing Zelda last night, and I tried to do Castle 9 without the infinite key from Castle 8, and I completely forgot how many key doors there actually are there. It's like impossible. Wow, 801 in the climb. Oh my god, dude. I am shattering my PBs so far. I don't think I need that wisdom. Let's go up, I think.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Dude, I've never... Dude, I'm like a minute and a half ahead of my best time ever. This is unbelievable. I don't even need to do this. I can just keep going. My XP is good, too. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll fuck it up, guys. Don't get excited. This is very far ahead of my fastest time ever. Very far ahead. Okay, I went the wrong way, damn it. Okay, this is where, this next zone is where I always lose all of my time. This is where I always lose all of my time. So, we just gotta pray, guys. This looks wrong. I don't know better. Let's try this way. Yes. We're doing it, guys. This is light years ahead of my best time ever. Light years.
Quite sure of yourself, aren't you?
Actual light years.
The warden enjoys the taste of...
Okay. Let's not die to Brutus and throw it all away. Let's get out of that. Very good.
I've done for you what I would do.
Very good fight.
You managed to got a job. Farewell.
This, and I need to buy Leap Slam and Shield Charge if I have enough money for it.
God hasn't abandoned us.
And then I need faster attacks somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually flying. This is going to be my... This is about as good as I can possibly do. This is about as good as I can possibly do. We need to hit level 9, or 10, I mean, so we can use Leap Slam. Okay, I went the wrong way here. Not the biggest deal in the world, though. Need to hit level 10 here. We lost some time there for going the wrong way around that circle, but it happens. I am almost 10. Still almost 10.
Life and death live side by side.
That's
This is a
10.
strange land.
Now we need to get to 12. I already have a yellow chest piece. I don't really care about that. Throw that away. I need to buy a Frost Blink. Okay, I fucked up there. Nice. We even got the Frosty skip. Okay, we're level 11, which is the lowest level we could be.
Still alive.
Let's sell everything. 10 movement speed boots. We did it, boys. Go in. Sell.
Farewell.
For the love of God, sell the fucking boots, please. Thank you, kind sir. Now we need to buy an evasion shield. Let's turn this on and go there. And now I need to buy... I need another momentum. I don't have a scroll of wisdom. Let's sell these. We don't need those anymore. Let's get a momentum. I think that's all we can do. Let's go. I need to hit 12 here. Okay, this is bad because I don't actually know which way to go. It could be up or it's up. Fucking God. Alright, so we lost some time there. I'm crying. Didn't know how to read it properly. Because I'm bad. So this is not going to be the fastest Merville kill of all time. Very awkward layout, really. Okay, I'm already 12. That's good. It's got to be down. It's got to be this way. I'm pretty confident. It's got to be down further. That's not the right way. It's got to be this way. It's got to be like this. Yes. Forgot to buy Frost Blink because I'm dumb. I'm probably going to take a death here, which is fine. I will probably die here. God damn it, she keeps putting all of the frosty things on me. This is dangerous. Yeah, this... I don't do very good damage here at all. So we lost all of our advantage here. This is the worst fight ever. I'm just hitting her for nothing. Die? Terrible time.
That's what did this to you, Mervale.
Oh, my precision turned off because I switched it. I switched it to a different... Maybe that would have... Maybe that's why I wasn't hitting very hard. I don't know. I was level 12. I should have put on Peacock. So I lost all of my... I lost all of my advantage there. Peacock on. This on. This on. Okay, we just go. It's fine. Another problem is that. Another problem is this. There we go. And I didn't buy Frost Blink, which is a choke. I can buy it here in a moment, but not buying Frost Blink was a choke for sure. Okay. So because I don't have Frost Blink, I have to find the actual way up the cliff. Which, that wasn't bad. Okay. Well.
Luxury and cruelty go hand in hand.
Okay, I learned a valuable lesson there. I should have done the switch to Peacock for the boss. Can you dash? So now we have to find the trial. Sometimes I have a I have a feeling this is the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to make an executive decision and say that that's the wrong way. And if it's not, I think I'm just going to reset this. Okay, so I'm more confident that we're doing the right thing now. Okay, we're only level 13, so I would say we're pretty under-leveled at this point. Okay. We're just trying to go as far as we can and still be on a good pace. How tanky are those guys? Too tanky. Okay. Okay. Handlin, Velocitator, Gucci. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. Appreciate you. All right. Doing pretty good here, but my main issue now is I don't have XP or Frostblink. Wow, really nice density here. Okay, now we're looking for level 2. No clue where it is. We just keep speeding around and see what we can do. Here's a blue. This is my ZDPS Peacock character. It takes me 16 throws to kill a blue. Is the race today? There's a race? What, there's a race? If there's a race, I'm not aware of any race. I'm doing this just for fun. Oh, the POE2 race. Today's the qualifier. I don't know why, but I don't think racing in POE2 is very fun. Might be something just wrong with me, but... By the way, I don't have a frost blink. How do I get around this? Awkward. What's the correct way around? God, I just lost so much time from not having a frost blink. I'm crying. Huge mistake, man. I didn't see where the road forked to. But I know it's down, so let's just charge down and pray. Looks like it's right over here. Okay, now we can finally fix our character. I need to buy Frostblink and Withering Step.
Be well.
Nope. Wrong thing. Dang it.
I'm not up to that just yet.
There we go. Oak is not invited to my birthday party. Confirmed.
Sorry, life bandit.
He's trying to kill me.
Feed the worms.
Maybe we should watch the POE2 race. Should we watch it, guys, when it comes out? What the? What the? Where is the exit here? Holy, what a weird ass layout. help you. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We went the exact right way. That never happens. Got that chain belt last time too. This chain belt loves me. Okay. Hey, Mr. Vince, how we doing, buddy?
Dead. Still alive.
All right, how are we doing here? We're only level 18 at the moment. That's not great, actually. That's not great. Let's go in here. So that's that door that it's showing me on my map is a bait. Go through that. Okay, I actually can't go through the door. Hello? Let's see. How do we get out of here? Chaos and wither resistant, of course. It's crazy how little damage I do. I thought we'd be way stronger than this. I'll take that sapphire ring. I've got 4. Chaos Orb in Act 2 is kind of funny. Grand Life Flask. That's huge. That's big damage for me. Would be amazing if we could find another one of those, because on Peacock, my life flasks are my damage. I don't know where to go. This looks pretty wrong, but it wasn't, thank God. Okay. Doing good, guys. Doing good. Now we have to find the exit. Okay, we found it immediately. That's lucky. That usually doesn't happen.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Very good. I think there's one more here that we have to find. Found it instantly. Okay. If we die, we'll actually do more damage. Should have probably let him slam me. That's the first time I ever did a sub 40. That's the first time I ever did a sub 40 Act 2.
Pruning a branch can save a tree.
We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. So we need to... What we need direly now is another really good life flask. We need another really good life flask if we can find one. Is this a dead end? No, it goes straight past. Okay.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Missed the throw there because I'm stupid. Did we find the trial immediately? God, that's lucky, man. I never find... It takes me forever to find this every time. Mucho excelente, man. Let's keep going. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, we found the exit here.
You are beatific.
She might kill me instantly. I think I have 0 lightning
Why no one
res.
will miss
Yep. I'll lay a portal scroll here in case she kills me. My damage is extremely low. You can do it Act 1 in 40 minutes. That's actually a good time, man. That's good. That is a good time. I would say you're faster than most if you can do it in 40 minutes. Shit, man, dead end. Crying. I'm crying. So I need to be level... I want to be level 24 entering the docks. Which is never gonna happen. So that's not good. We're gonna be like starting 23. So I need to find a way to be scrounging up some XP.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Well. Okay. Me being that low of a level is gonna hurt me. Me being this low of a level is gonna hurt. Because I'm gonna be in the second layer of the XP penalty. Which means I think we lose like 20% XP. Which is bad. There's no way I'm gonna hit 24, but maybe I could walk in at 23 and a half. Could I at least get to that? Not when this marketplace... Okay. Is this short? This is called the Catacomb. Catacombs. Here's a blue. Okay, there's 23. So I'm one level short. Holy fuck! Why are they this strong? Man, I definitely have a damage problem. I have an XP problem and I have a damage problem. Just don't hit very hard. Colossal Life Flask, that's a godly drop, but it requires a 4-link. Oh man. A 4-link.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Damn, I found the right thing. But I'm such a low level. Should I continue anyway? Let's just go anyway. Super low level here. I wonder what I could do with this 4-link. I mean, at the worst case, I could just do faster attacks, but I wonder if it's like chance to poison or something. Okay, we are gonna have to actually gain some XP as we move here.
I've never felt
Because
better
this
for
is a
what I want
disaster.
to love.
Well, I need this essence for my 4-link that I just got. Damn, it's super shit. I don't know which way to go. Let's try this way. Okay. No. Which way do we go? Not this way. Okay, so we went every wrong way like we always do. So this is the right way. And somehow I also went another wrong way. Just when you thought I'd hit. We love seeing these blues. That's exactly what we need. Giant packs of blues with no health. That's what we need to catch up. Might have been the most convoluted Solaris level 1 I've seen. Dude, should I try fighting the mercenary? Let's just... I get him on my team if I kill him, right? This is a horrible idea. Alright. I think Grinding Gear Games needs to lower the health of the mercenaries by 5,000% in the campaign. I hit him with 2 peacocks. He was at 99% health. Is this the right way?
I'm not
No.
up to that just yet.
This has to turn, right? Certainly, it's got to turn somewhere. Oh, wow. The whole entire wing is a dead end. I've got to read some spreadsheets about Solaris level 2 and how to read it. I lose a minute here every single run. My Solaris level 2 is beyond pathetic. Can I go Lapis? Last time I couldn't equip this. Well. I guess let's just go back to what we were doing. So we have to kill Fireboy here. I believe I have like 0 fire res. So if he hits me, I'm gonna die. If he hits me here, I die. Essentially, that's just how it goes. Colossal Life Flask is a godly drop.
God gave this world to man, not to you, little girl.
I don't understand. Oh, my Frostblink doesn't work anymore. Wait, where's my Frostblink? Oh, I lost my Frostblink changing my amulets. In case I die, so I can come back. Another 4-link. Good thing I laid that down here.
Men like you, yes. Watch yourself.
Where's my Frostblink? Sell that. And now we can wear our Frostblink again. Okay, lost a shitload of time there. I hate this game. It's okay, though. Need to get to 28 now. I'm 25, so I'm not even close. So this is going to be very challenging, I think. And then when I fight Piety, I have 0 lightning res. Like, I actually think I have 0. Let's check. I have 42 lightning res somehow. How? From what? Did I pick up a topaz ring? I don't think so. No, I'm wearing a coral ring and a sapphire ring. Okay. Well, maybe it's talents. Maybe some of my passive tree gives me lightning res. Dang, I'm 4 levels down here. Okay. Lunaris is even worse. The good thing about the Lunaris temple is at least it tells you which way that you can, which way is the right way. When you start going the right way, it actually tells you, and I'll show you how to do that. So when you finally find some stairs, if they're going up, you're going the right way. Oops, I charged too far. Stairs going up, it's this way for sure. Then, when you get to the top of the last stairs, you're looking for the side that has 1 wagon on it. Whichever side has 1 wagon, that's what you want. Okay, these stairs are going up, so this is correct. And then we need the 1 wagon. Okay, look for which side has 1 wagon. This one. So we go this way. And then another hint right here is when you see the door, whichever way the door is facing, continue in that direction. I'll show you here in a second. Show you here in a second. So when we find the door, which way is the door pointing? It's pointing down this way. So I keep going that way. Keep going in that direction. Doesn't always work, but see, boom, found the door. So there's, see, I know things about the Lunaris temple. I know nothing about the Solaris temple. That's my problem. I need XP so bad. I'm going to keep killing all these blues on the way. I hate this fight. I will probably die here, but if I die, it's fine. She might kill me multiple times here. I don't get it. Where is she? Where is... Dude, I wish they would put an icon. I'm going to let her kill me here. It's fine. She kills me, I start at the door, and I'll have full flasks, which will hit her harder. It's fine. And then right back in. It's actually a time gain for her to kill me. So we let her... The thing that's slowing me down so much is how little damage Peacock does. Like, I don't do any damage is the problem. Where... It would be so nice if Grinding Gear Games would give us a boss icon for Piety when she...
Your death doesn't fix anything, Piety.
Let's definitely pick this up. And I can't even wear it. No, I didn't want to do that. Nope, I didn't want to do that either. Go back to Act 3. And let's sell... I've got way too much shit. I don't need all of this. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. This and this. And maybe this too. Actually, I can... That's fine. And then... Let's turn in some stuff. I don't want any of that. Epoch. So I have 3 points. Click, click, click. Alright, well... So right now, I should probably do the switch. Can I wear these things yet? I need 42 int to wear these. So if I put this on... I don't care about Herald of Ass anyway. That's Sniper's Mark. Precision here. So I need... Epoch requires level 28. Alright, I'm not level 28. Apparently. So I don't know what I'm talking about doing the switch now. Not level 28, you idiot. Somehow I lost... Oh, yeah. There we go. So we're playing very bad right here. Need to get our precision back. So now we do this. And now we need to go for point blank at the bottom. Holy. So it's a race to get to 28.
I'm not up to that just yet.
We're gonna save the lab for when we're a higher level in Act 4. I usually do it in Act 3. But I'm just trying to get to level 28. Not gonna try to summon that mercenary because they're way too powerful in the campaign. It's gonna take me way too long to kill him. Key to this is staying in the middle. Look at how little damage I do, man. It's actually crazy. Maybe they nerfed the shit out of Peacock, because I remember Peacock used to dominate in the campaign with nothing. Well, I can't seem to find the exit no matter where I go. So I guess it's trying to tell me that the exit is at the top, but it didn't show me the door. Oh god. It's way over here. Yeah, this is ethical damage, and that's exactly what we don't want, guys. We don't want anything ethical about our build at all. Again, don't go to the edges. Try to stay in the middle as much as we can. And pray that the pity arrow will show us where the door is. Okay. Okay, so we know it's not over there, so let's try to go to the right this way. So that doesn't look correct. So we're gonna come down here. Yep.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Okay, well, this is gonna be bad.
It is woman's purpose to tempt and try the will of man.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really play like this. I can't play with this low of damage. I don't think I've ever played a build this weak at this point. Like, it's like 30 throws to kill one random guy. I just cannot be this weak. I don't have any health potions because my build drains my health flasks, so I can't ever heal myself. Yeah, I mean, I could just keep dying and dying and dying, but I actually, as far as I know, I have the correct build and I have the correct supports. I have everything. I just don't do any damage. Let me try something. Let's just reset this. It's just a joke. I don't understand. It's just a joke how little damage I do. Let's see if we can fix this. So so now that I have this, if I had a 4-link, what would I do? That'll help. 4-link. It says, no, it's just Peacock, Volley, Momentum. So I have all the right stuff. My passive tree is... Let me make sure it's correct, but I'm pretty sure. So the only thing different about the passive tree is he says go go take point blank first before this. So I was going to go grab this next, but I'm still 1 point away. So that's 30% more damage, but I would be losing this, which is also very good. Econk is, let's see here. So what I could do is I need Econk and LMP volley elemental damage. So if I go, that would have been, let's see here. Peacock does 249. Let's see what happens. And then I would need to buy LMP and elemental damage with attacks. Drop the useless dex node and tank useless dex node. The reason why I took this is because I'm gonna have to respec out of all these nodes right now. That's the reason why I took this, but yes, it would have been better to take this out, but I have to respec in 2 seconds. That's why. But yes, it would be better to take this than respec it. So that's definitely an improvement. That's true. You want to know what I can do instead is I could take this out and I could go like this. That's what we should have done, like that. Thank you. So this would be like this, and it would be okay, so you don't buy it from Act 1. Let's see if we buy it from Act 2. So we need elemental damage. By the way, I might have missed some. Okay, I would have gotten this for free. And I missed 1 skill point, so that's a throw. That's just straight up a throw. Okay, so that's a mistake. I missed 1 passive point, so that would have given me point blank. So that would have given me 30% more damage. Then apparently we are also respecking this as well. So what we would do at this point is we go click, click, apply, click, click, click. Then we would refund this, and then we would go to whoever does refunding. And then we go click, click. No, not refund all. And then we go click, click. Okay. And then I believe the next thing we're doing is we're going to the right. Yeah, we're going for all of these nodes. So, and then I need lesser multiple projectiles. It's not here. So we need to figure out where that would be.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
Okay, I was down 2 passive points on the boss. I had the quest completed, but I didn't turn them in. So that's another fail. I can't seem to buy lesser multiple projectiles. And then I need to stop leveling shield charge. That's a throw. Does anybody know where we get LMP? You get LMP in Act 1. I just tried to buy it there, but it wouldn't let me. I just tried to buy it here.
Hello.
Volley, Pierce. So, I don't think this tells me to do the library. So I should have bought haste. It says, actually, I can just buy multiple projectiles instead of multiple projectiles. Oh. Part of the guide says LMP, but this says multiple projectiles. Okay. So if we go Econk instead, this says it actually does less damage than what I was doing. But let's try it for fun. Yeah, it was renamed, yeah. That's what was throwing me off here. It was renamed. It is level 1 though. Peacock was level 8. Or actually, what level is it? Yeah, it's level 1. And then it drains from different flasks, right? Let's go try the boss fight now like this. It honestly doesn't look like I hit very hard again, right? But I still don't hit very hard. I know they nerfed the shit out of both of these builds, but they nerfed the shit out of Peacock and out of Ecock, didn't they? Maybe I just shouldn't... Maybe I just straight up shouldn't be speedrunning this build. Although, it's totally fine up until about Act... Well, actually, my damage in Act 2 was also pretty dog shit. Maybe this just is not the way to level up anymore? I don't know. Let's just try this boss fight one more time. So this POE2 race that's about to happen, is it like a qualifier race for like Exile Con or something? I actually am interested in watching it. The big advantage of playing like this is I actually have life flasks. The Peacock isn't stealing my life flasks anymore. So my ability to survive in that way is much higher. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the POE2 thing and watch it. But I want to see if this is significantly better or not.
It is woman's purpose to tempt and try the will of man.
Dude, why does that guy do so much fucking damage? You essentially 100 hose me with every cast. I have to be close because I do way more damage to him. Holy fuck, am I made out of paper? I don't think you get the flasks from Econk to pull from this early, do you? I don't think you get the ruby flasks and all that stuff. Is there a way to acquire them this early? Okay, well, it's definitely much better, but I don't think there's a way for me to get the ruby flasks and stuff from here, is there?
What is it?
No, she just has regular flasks. Okay. All right. Well, let's close this. Let's watch the POE2 stream race. This is I've never tried to race in POE2 at all. Ben and I got teamed for the Samsung POE2 race right when the game came out. We did win that, but that's just because I had Ben on my team. We won that. So that was fun. That's the only race I ever did, really. So let's go to the POE2. And let's watch this beautiful race. How's the volume, guys? Is the volume fine? Or is it too loud? You just beat Exarch and Eater for the first time? Nice. It's too loud. It's too loud. Okay. How about that? I turned it down. I've never really speedran POE2 at all. Like I think I'm actually decently fast at this game for like never actually focusing on speedrunning, but I'm definitely not good enough to win one of these races. It's still loud, okay. How about that? Okay, this is gonna be fun. Mpons, Colin. I see what you did there. Jack, Corky. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. This is gonna be good. Did you have your Righteous Fire Guy fully built, Toys? You should see my level 98 Righteous Fire Guy in Hardcore SSF. My guy is an unkillable god. Like, my Righteous Fire Guy, I just open a map, and I just stand there and I go, I dare you to kill me. I dare you to even try. Yeah, Righteous Fire's not good at... It's not good at bosses. That's the problem. If Righteous Fire was good at bosses, it'd be the best build in the game. My guy doesn't have 20k life, but my guy has 9k life. I think he has max block, 90 fire res. And then, like, every time I block, I gain all of my life back, and I regenerate, like, 2,000 life per second. I have survived the apocalypse on my Righteous Fire Guy. Yeah, he was probably killing the Sims so fast because he was probably getting a Hinakora proc on the ad on the boss, right? He was probably Hinakoring the boss dead. I'm gonna see how this layout is, and I'm gonna move my webcam. Toys, next league in POE2, you have to play my Arc Totem build. Toys, next league in POE2, play my Arc Totem build if they don't nerf it. If they don't nerf it, trust me. My guy is Satan. He does 26 million damage a second. He summons 6 totems. And they shoot everywhere, all around. They just kill the whole screen. Nothing can survive. Trust. If they don't nerf it, play my Arc Totem build next league in POE2. Absolute demolition derby. It doesn't have, like, the world's greatest survivability, like... You can take a hit. You can take a hit or two from the hardest monsters in the game. It's fine. But if you take 3 hits, you're dead. But it doesn't matter. Nothing gets to hit you 3 times. Everything dies instantly. Like, boom, dead. Bosses, whoop, dead. Good afternoon, everyone reporting in from the office. I think a lot of people watch me at work, actually. They're like, oh, work sucks, I'll just watch Twitch. Can someone explain how ExileCon works? Lucia, it's just like BlizzCon or TwitchCon. It's just a convention for everything to do with Path of Exile. And they do qualifier, they have live races there of the game. Oh, we have a... Here, maybe this will explain it. I have a cousin named Lucia. She's a very nice girl. You remind me of my cousin Lucia because she has the same name. She's from Monterrey, Mexico.
It wouldn't be a POE2 race without some technical difficulties, but fortunately we still have 10 minutes to fix it before the race actually begins. And
It's
so
just a test run. I don't think they can hear us, apparently. Can they hear us?
I'm just gonna put my webcam in the bottom left corner, I guess.
Mics are okay. All right, it's very good.
yeah, Ziggy, come on.
Flawless intro. Should we just try again? Should we just try again?
Hold on.
How did this end up happening?
Where am I?
This is not so good on my back. But here we are, segmented, ready, juiced up, keen for some Path of Exile racing action.
Is the volume good, guys, or do you want me to turn it up?
A professional broadcast for everybody.
Oh dear. Okay. Shall we proceed as if nothing is wrong, right?
But proceed, Ziggy. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is perfect. This is just fine. I'm gonna adopt a casual pose like this, and we're gonna go ahead as if nothing is wrong. Raz, welcome back for a very exciting day of PoE sports, regardless of how fractional we're feeling this morning. We are very excited for some Path of Exile racing action, and it's a very mysterious and interesting day.
Oh, you're breaking it. Production stuff.
There we go. Just the forehead. Just a bit like this. Perfect.
Turn
Okay.
it up a bit. Okay.
All right, Ziggy, come on.
We're doing this. Oh, very good. Anyway, I'm getting our giggles out now. This is the first of 4 ExileCon qualifiers. So this is the race of all races. Oh, we're back. We're so back. Excellent. This is the first of 4 ExileCon qualifiers. That means the winner, the fastest overall. This is not like the previous seasons of racing, which have been very fun. But the winner of this race gets flown Ultra VIP to ExileCon to participate on the stage for the grand finale.
Do you actually get flown first class, Ultra VIP?
Racing there at ExileCon. It is the race of all races. So these qualifiers they're a little bit important, and the racers have taken on a decidedly different tone than they have in preparation for previous seasons of racing, where it was all la-di-da, everyone holding hands and skipping around and like helping each other and everything. No, that has taken a turn. Racers are being very try-hard right now and very secretive. In fact, Rise, you were telling me that there was like a dummy VOD or something someone put up.
Yeah, people are putting up dummy VODs so that the other players have a worse idea of how another class is actually playing because, well, if we cut to the chase a little bit, it's going to be a big Chinese Twister game versus the everybody else grenades on a mercenary.
we
There
do
are going to
seem
be
to,
some different classes,
yeah,
but this is
we see
the
some
primary thing
divisions.
that people have been focusing on.
We see some interesting divisions and strategies here. I could get like one person to show me their strategy. That's about it. No one would even though I'm like, I'll keep it all secret. I won't tell anyone stuff. But I could get like one person to show me their strategy. So we're going in a little blind this time. But what I have heard musings and rumblings about, there's a big push towards Huntress Twister action, especially from the Chinese Path of Exile community. And for, like you said, everyone else, we're going to see probably a lot of very refined, maybe some different takes on Grenade Mercenary. And I've seen some very, very interesting, like we're seeing mercs using talismans and shields and bows in addition to crossbows. So there's a lot like really taking advantage of everything to try and get an edge here.
So to explain here real quick in 6 minutes before it starts, one of the fastest, or some of the fastest builds to ever level up in Path of Exile were Twister, because you charge up, and then when you throw your Twisters, if you can find any way to get some elemental ground, the Twisters just murder. Another way is with Mercenary with grenades. Grenades don't need much to do a shitload of damage. And when you're playing grenades, it feels very clunky in the early game, but if you practice racing and you can get around the clunkiness, the amount of damage that grenades can do on a very low budget is insane. And there's tons of little tiny tricks that you can do where you can use talismans for movement, because you can use the pounce or whatever it's called, the jump with the wolf, to kind of leap slam your way through. So maybe people will put talismans in their offhand. So these are the kind of things that we want to see, like which player can come up with the very best combination to just delete these things. The hardest thing about it is when you're playing through an actual speed run, you don't get that many drops, right? When you or I play, when we run around and we click this treasure chest, we go do this little side quest, maybe we die and we redo a zone or something, you get more and more loot and more currency. But these guys have to almost predetermine plan, oh, I'm going to get a white crossbow from this rack, or, oh, I'm going to have to buy this talisman from this vendor for 122 gold, and I get 122 gold from this thing. So it's going to be very interesting to see how exactly do they pick up the items in the early game. What are they counting on as the bare minimum to move forward?
Is it that Angormus is only the warrior king, or can Angormus be the king overall, right? Whether he's just the best player, still unresolved. We have Guy That Dies, who recently took the fastest record ever for any race in Season 4 on the Mercenary, and has been practicing like crazy, and I got to see some little insights into that, and some very interesting Mercenary tech. And players are even holding things back. I got Guy That Dies telling me that, like, oh, he might not use all of his strategies in the first qualifier, because if he qualifies in the first qualifier, he doesn't want to spoil his secret strategies that he could use at ExileCon. So
Man, if with people being so secret, and now I'm starting to think that maybe people did the thing where they gave me the wrong information to see who's the one spoiling it, and maybe I know things that aren't
check if
actually
you're the
going to
leak
happen.
vector. You're getting baited to see if you're leaking strategies. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past
I
any of
mean-
them at this point for this one, because it's like I said, it's a completely different community all of a sudden when ExileCon qualifiers are on the race. Everyone wants to go to ExileCon. You can't really blame them, and we are here for it. We want to see it as well. We're going to have a lot of other people that we're going to be keeping very close eye on as well. I've heard word that Woodish is coming over from the last Epoch community, who was a very good racer over there, and is apparently taking the Path of Exile, despite being completely new, seen by
who's
storm.
coming?
So I don't know if we're going to see them today.
Who did they say
That
is
could be
coming
very
from last
interesting.
Epoch?
Jilawu, who was just dominating on the Witch and almost beating Mercenaries on the Witch, which was crazy, has done a last-minute swap to Huntress for the Twister tech. Also, I've heard. We'll see. But that's someone to keep an
Well,
eye on for sure as well. Li Dong, who was like dominant on the Druid, will they have refined a Druid strategy or maybe swapped over to Huntress? Who knows what we're going to see
Dude,
here.
I wish my last name was
as far as
Dong.
I understand,
God,
pretty
that
much
would be
all of
great.
the Chinese players are just set on Twister and they're going crazy. And as much as you're saying last minute, and we're kind of, yeah, talking about how all of these players are swapping over and finally
Can we get a
min-maxing
list
the
of
final
who's competing?
strategy.
Do we have a list of the
Uh,
racers?
Yeah, they've been practicing for a long time. It's
Oh, yeah.
been like at least a month, and for in some cases 2, of just like non-stop grind, trying to figure out layouts. I know about multiple hidden discords from other people where they practice layouts and talk about all these different strategies and approaches. It is truly crazy
We're
to what
gonna
extent people have been going.
We're going to swap over to our races now to get us ready on the mark as the race is about to start in 1 minute. For this race, it is I guess what we'd call like a semi-hardcore. It's not actual hardcore. If they die, they get a 2.5
Guy
minute
that
death
dies
penalty, which
has
is
a
huge penalty and absolutely
158.
something that they will try to avoid. But we're
So it's
almost
2
certain to
minutes
see
faster than
deaths because
Angormus.
normally we were seeing multiple
This
deaths
guy
in even the
also
best
has
races in
a
some cases.
sub 2 hour. I can't see the
But
time.
especially now, because the play for ExileCon qualifiers is absolutely to be as aggressive as possible. So we're going to see people like, if they feel like they have enough of an edge, pushing through under-leveled. I got to see Guy That Dies testing that yesterday. And
Dude,
Guy
a
That Dies was even saying
158?
like,
That's insane.
oh, I've got about a 50% chance of dying, I think. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen on Tavakai. And he was grinding Tavakai kills. And he got like 3 Tavakais deathless in a row. And he was like, yes, okay, cool. I'm on fine form. But, before that, there was like 3 deaths in a row. So we'll...
Just by the way, that's the safe strategy. That's mercenary.
So all
yes,
the top,
it is completely
I don't know about
different
the
on a
bottom
Huntress.
left.
On a Huntress, you are melee.
But the top
you have to rely on
3,
parry. You have to get armor items.
the
you have
top
to get
3
life
are
items to
all
try and not instantly get stunned by any parry
essentially the
attack.
exact same
It is crazy.
time.
And as we start things off,
yeah, here we
once
go.
again,
It is time. Excellent. We're going to start to get a little bit of a look at who is on screen that we're going to be checking out here to begin with. And we have in the top left, Angormus, the Warrior King, now on a mercenary. Oh, I can't help but feel a little sad. I thought there was you have to converge on whatever you think is going to be the most competitive thing for ExileCon, obviously. But
I like
part
it.
of me still held out hope that he might go Warrior.
By the way, bottom right is a
I was
different
ranting
spec.
about
He's
this
the
last
Huntress.
season. It was so weird to me that people wouldn't switch to like the most powerful strategy. And honestly, who knows? Maybe Warrior is still most powerful. If people died 10 times, Warrior wouldn't have that problem. He would be using a shield. So as
Warrior
we
was
head on
certainly
over to the first boss, Guy That Dies, already unleashing a barrage of abilities on
I
him,
want to tell
and
you
can
about a
see some
tech
different
here.
approaches.
He's taking
Well,
off his weapon.
Watch Guy That Dies especially, because you can reload the default attack by unequipping and re-equipping your crossbow. It only works on the default attack, but you see how he doesn't actually have to reload because he's using that little inventory juggle to reload those basic shots. So he's using the fragmentation rounds to like clear up the zombies there at the same time as well. But when he's focused on that single target, and I don't know if other people know about that one. But Guy That Dies was telling me about that one
I
specifically.
haven't seen it from Angormus.
So,
Angormus wasn't doing it.
It's a 1 or 2 second save there maybe, but Guy That Dies does indeed seem to get through there, kill a little bit faster. Oh, no white talisman for Guy That Dies. Unfortunate. I don't know if we saw one for... Well, we did see one for Angormus, so Angormus did get one. So there's for 33 gold, you can pick up that white talisman, and that's a really big deal in the early game here because that allows them to swap to wolf form for just running around to get that bonus movement speed. And it's safe too. You can be like nearly sprinting, but not get knocked over. So that's a really important thing. But Guy That Dies will be looking for a talisman now.
As far as I understand, it is slightly faster, and most importantly, it is safer. You're not just pouncing around every now and then eventually, but by just using the dodge in the wolf form, I think sprinting is 150 speed. Oh, Guy That Dies almost dies to that first league mechanic. You have to do this league mechanic to get through this zone, and league mechanic is going to be a big deal for this race overall, especially on the Huntress. A lot of her strategy, especially in regards to
Angormus
XP gain,
is in
tied
first.
to the league mechanic, and then there's also some really important guaranteed rewards that our players are going to be going for. But this first encounter, especially, very dangerous. And guy that dies, those once again 2.5 minutes would be a massive problem for him this early in the stage, especially since he is playing the safer strategy. He manages to get through it as Angormis, Shekel Coach, and Jiluo successfully get past that encounter as
So
well.
they're not killing
Yeah,
anything in
like you were
this
saying,
zone.
league
They're
mechanic is
just
going to be very
sprinting
important
through.
here because there's a lot of extra gems, support gems, currency that are all guaranteed throughout the campaign. And even more than that, players are
Dude,
looking
look
for
how
some
hard those
interesting edges
tornadoes are
here
hitting
where they
already.
can get things like runes that give dodge roll range on boots, for example. If they pick up some of those are a huge deal.
Yep.
Now, interesting little strategy here. You'll notice that guy that dies did it like a drive-by grenading of Bira. You can drop a cycle of grenades on her, go and grab the checkpoint, and then checkpoint back to her and finish her off later once your grenades are off cooldown, right? Because they know this
Nice.
zone's the layout so well that they can do this sort of like drive-by Bira grenading and then come back and finish her off, and all the wolves have been chased away, and you're kind of like, you're ready to go. Your grenades are off cooldown, so you can get another like fairly optimal damage cycle there. So I just thought that was like a really cute little extra strategy. I was very confused the first time I saw that. I was like, what are you doing? You forgot
Yeah, because
to kill Bira.
a lot of times you're going to be seeing players also reset a checkpoint to reset the
I kind of
monsters that are
wonder,
chasing
in a
them as
speed
well.
run, why
So
do they
this is really
kill
cool because
Bira?
it kind of
Like for
prevents
the
you from
cold
having to do that.
res,
On top of
or
gaining a little bit of XP,
I'm
and yeah,
surprised that
Kaida
they
dies
even
definitely
kill
with that
her.
little hiccup at the start. He's gonna need all the help that he can get. And also,
I don't think
speaking
it's
of
a
layouts,
hardcore race.
just a friendly reminder for anybody, is that we are having a fixed seed layout, meaning that everybody has the same zones, they have the same boxes, and they have the same shrines as well. The monsters aren't the same, and obviously the spawns from the boxes or the rolls on them can differ, but for the most part, we're trying to balance things out as much as possible, as already Angormis is in the Red Veil, and he's going to be clicking those weapon racks, trying to find the next tier of weapons, something really important as he gets chunked over by these archers. Yeah, our players are trying to get level 5 in these zones, but at the same time, they're trying to get through them as quickly as possible. This is one of the more difficult zones, as
I'm
we've already
surprised at
managed to
how
skip
little they're
over
killing.
the first major event, or I guess second after the witch, which is another witch that they had to kill for the flasks and also for support gems. And depending on what kind of events our players are going to be finding, they're going to have to do more or less of them for those additional support gems that are going to be so impactful throughout this run.
And Gormus, once again, proving to be on fine form, just being so fast in the early game, having a little bit of reset there as he gets stuck, but it was pretty much an optimal place to reset anyway. But yeah, just still, like, despite swapping to Mercenary, is currently leading the pack into the Red Veil. And like you said, Red Veil's pretty important. There's these weapon piles everywhere that you
Are
can
these
search.
the
And they have a
only 4
guaranteed tier
people
2 of every
racing?
weapon type there, every martial weapon type at least.
Is there no one else
And something
racing?
that
Just
a
these
lot of the
4?
mercenaries are going to be looking for, in particular, a guy that dies, for example, is a short bow there, as that can get them set up to do escape shot. Although they do also have to look for a
Yeah, I
level 2
know
plus
there's 4
skill gem for
qualifiers.
that as well, so that they have enough to be able to do that and get flash grenade and not have to kind of like make any sacrifices there.
Right.
Escape shot is a big thing.
Like, can
for,
anyone win
navigating
this
a lot
race?
of the,
Or is it
getting
just
body blocked by packs?
just the 4 that we're
And
watching?
it's the most powerful escape skill, as we even saw a bug fix yesterday that
They're going to rotate.
players were
Okay.
able to escape even some boss arenas using escape shot. So it's particularly good as an escape
Right.
skill, but that one thankfully has been bug fixed in time for the race.
Yep, correct. And as players are approaching the different pillars, they're also dealing with the league mechanic, trying to get that extra XP. You can already see a different focus on the sort of XP that our players are trying to get between the Twister and the grenades. And Gorm is already fighting the Rust King.
He's doing a
There's
lot
some
of
interesting
damage.
positioning
He's
that you
doing
can
a shitload
do
of damage.
with Twister. That hopefully we're going to be seeing from Jiluo if he gets the layout for it. When it comes to grenades, you're just trying to not get surrounded, as that delay is a little bit pesky on those nades, but a tremendous amount of damage coming out from Angormis.
Anyone can join
His
the
Rust
race.
King is
Okay, these are just the
almost
4
dead
that
as
we're
Jiluo,
watching.
yeah, with the whirling slashes being a little bit of a slower start, which allows Guy that dies to catch up quite a bit. And Shekel Coach trying to hang in there with the league mechanic dropping a support gym for him. Here we
The
go.
Twist Huntress is a new
Is it the
strategy for the
boss?
racing scene this time around. As we previously have seen them going for a more conventional kind of like parry explosive spear
Ooh.
combo.
Okay, but here we go. Can he find an angle here? I don't believe so. Okay, so what you can do on a Huntress is that you know these little bridges that are in this zone, you can pull the boss over to a bridge like that and allow yourself to essentially shotgun. I mean, it's not really shotgunning, but hit the boss multiple times with the twister. It can only
Mm,
hit
Dude, Twister
every
seems very
0.66 of
strong.
a second, but if you
surprisingly
position the
good.
boss right, it really
Yeah.
allows you to do a tremendous amount of single
These
target.
guys are all
His
pretty.
layout was pretty okay, but you can get a
Angorma
better
seems
one.
like
And yeah,
30,
these are the sort of tricks
40
that you're gonna
seconds
have to be
ahead,
using with the
and
twister,
everybody else is
especially
relatively
in the latter
tied.
portions of the game where the boss fights
It's
ramp
to Act
up
4.
to really allow yourself to
Act
get
4.
through the game as quickly as possible. And the
This zone
cool
that
part
Angormus
about
is in is
Twister is
dangerous,
that
man.
it's kind of OP. It does a lot of damage. You don't really need a strong weapon, which is a big RNG factor for the crossbows. They are going to be struggling with their weapon. For Huntress, you kind of just want attack speed on a fast attack speed weapon for your Whirling Slash, and whatever else you can get, it's great, but it's not necessary.
Yo, I'm
Crossbows
Exile
don't
is like
have
tied with
that quality.
Angormus.
Yeah, I'm already surprised by how much damage
Oh,
it does
here's
here
I'm
early game, and
Exile.
it's
He's like the
comparable
best
to
POE1
the
speedrunner.
grenades on the boss there. Now, you may notice as the players do this little Grim Tangle section here that you can skip the waiting for the vines. If you just dodge roll over to the
This is very
checkpoint, you can then
interesting.
run through the vines before she finishes singing, and you can just kind of phase through those. There's actually been another skip like that discovered later that I'm excited to show you guys, because it was something that was previously thought unskippable. But we'll save that for later for
Let me
Nice.
Act
let me move
4.
my webcam. I'm gonna move it right
Yeah, there's a
here.
lot of new skips in Act 4
I think
for
that
sure.
does the not that
Many
way you can
things that
see
people
I'm
have been
Exile's health,
experimenting
right?
with, and it's been really bringing those race times down. As yeah, we've seen personal bests from multiple people
I don't think it's a
below 2
hardcore
hours,
race.
so
No.
it's kind of the expected outcome here, but it's always different when it's a personal best versus a race with a lot of pressure on the line. Some players skipping the boss fight. Some players are going to have to deal
Oh,
with it.
I'm
This just
Exile's
depends
choosing to
on
fight this
whether or not you have
boss.
those additional support gems or whether you're banking on doing some more events in the next zones.
It looks like we might be shuffling a few people around just to check in on some people that might be taking the lead in certain areas. We'll get that up in just a moment here as we see the names repopulate, but it looks like Angormus is still potentially leading the charge. Although, wait, okay, freeing Sin from Tree of Souls, we just got an update. Mostly Works has actually taken the lead on that. I'm Exile in fine form. Whole New Society,
Yeah.
then Angormus, then Luxian. So we've got a little bit of a shake-up in the very early progression.
Look at I'm
here.
Exile. He's already in
We
the.
love to see
Yeah,
it.
I feel like we haven't highlighted Exile enough. This is somebody that a lot of people must be familiar with, as he was at the previous ExileCon for POE1. He ended
Yeah.
up taking second place due to some unfortunate chance or mishap, but a super prominent player. Everybody's familiar with him.
I'm
And
Exile's
yeah, he started racing in
very
POE2,
far ahead
and
now.
already being the second place, he's showing that the early game dominance begins immediately.
So absolutely, I'm Exile, a storied legend of Path of Exile racing, but not necessarily as experienced in the Path of Exile 2
Oh,
racing
here we
scene as
go.
some of our current
He did
winners.
get the Iron Ring. Nice.
Very nice.
So in the cemetery, you get a 50%
Oh, and it
Physical
rolled
damage roll too
and it rolled flat
on the
damage on it.
aircraft.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, because that's something that we haven't really talked about. Players aren't just focusing on weapons. They're trying to get gloves. They're trying to get rings. All of these things can get
I'm
additional
Exile just got a
damage, and it
godly
will
drop
make
from
a
that.
big difference.
You're
There's a slight
guaranteed to
attack
get
speed
a
involved
ring,
in that. For crossbows,
but you're
it
not
definitely
guaranteed to
helps,
get an
but it's a
iron ring, I
much
don't
bigger
think. And
deal
when he
for
alked
the
it, or when
Huntress,
he
as it allows you to get those
transmuted and
whirling
ogged it,
slashes
he
out as
got
quickly
more
as
flat
possible,
damage.
which then enables your big twister, and that's
So he's
also a
going to be
big thing that we're
absolutely
going to be
frying
seeing
here.
eventually. As yeah, we did
Because
swap around
certainly
quite
he's
a lot. We've
practiced
got the
with
Druid
less
on the screen
damage
now
than
from
what he
Yes.
has.
Raxxanterax in the
I
top
was
right.
excited to see this. Mostly Works playing the Druid, because last season we were speculating that like Druid being a newcomer just didn't have enough time to be sold before the races last time. People were starting to use some of its tech on the other classes, and Druid was.
Oh, if
some people were
every
saying
death
it
that you
could actually
have,
be
you
the
can't
fastest,
move for
maybe, but
two
they
and a
couldn't
half
quite figure it out. It's a really
minutes.
complicated class.
Oh
And
god.
we do see Mostly Works on the Druid, so it's possible they've figured out something good here. And I'm actually maybe going to pull them up in game, because I want to have a look at what they're using, since this is going to be brand new to all of us. The new secret Druid tech.
For sure. And Gormus trying to keep up. He did go for the ring. I'm not quite sure if he got it. I did see one of his practice runs, and he was mentioning that, a lot of the times it's not worth it to go for that ring, as it is a 50% chance to get an
So
Iron Man versus a
I'm
Lazuli,
Exile
which,
thinks it's
they
worth
don't
it
really
to
need
go
the
for the
additional mana
season
as long as your
mechanic
flask
No.
management
to get
is
better
good. In these
currency.
early stages, it's not that important. Although later on, the mana can be a problem for some of our players, as you can see a lot of focus on the league mechanic already, trying to get as much XP as possible in these early stages. And it's especially important for the Huntress because, as you can see, the playstyle is very different. With the grenades, you just kind of chuck a bunch of grenades. The delay doesn't matter that much. As long as you manage to stay alive, you're fine. But with Huntress, you're skipping past a lot of mobs. You're trying to put them behind you, and then you can release that big twister as you need to build it up. And it's very important that you position yourself well and you find the right spots to release those twisters so that they kill the most monsters. And he's doing the event for the additional support gems and trying to drop those twisters in the bag so they clear things that he run past. But the reason why I mentioned the league mechanic being important is that it's a lot of XP and it's very tightly packed, which once again allows you to get those whirling slashes out as quickly as possible and get a big twister that's going
See,
to
I am
clear out all
Exile's
the
damage
mobs.
here. He's on
And
the
other than that,
boss.
you're kind of skipping past a lot of mobs. You can see that he's really running past much more than a lot of the other players, which, comes with a set of risks. It is very risky, but if it pays off, it
Hey,
pays
pretty
off
much
big.
2 shots
These
the
hunters
boss.
have some crazy personal bests that honestly, mercenaries, I don't think they're capable of getting there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that the Huntresses there's no Huntresses leading the pack currently in this early stage of the race. But
It is.
we know for a fact that some of those final times can be sub 2 hours. So we're going to be, I'm
Well,
sure, seeing more of them down the line.
the big thing with Huntress is that she does need a bunch of things because eventually you're going to be casting a lot of skills. There's a lot of buttons to click on a Huntress. You have to pre-buff yourself with like 4 different abilities, and then you have to go vroom, 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 and then you beep, beep with the twister, and it goes crazy.
Oh,
But
yes.
until you get there, for Act 1, it's a little slow.
Look, that Druid kill's looking very solid there. I would not have expected just straight up kind of Volcano, some well-supported Volcano to be doing quite so well. But yes, I can give you a lowdown on what the Druid is playing now. We're seeing a bit of a mixture of like the early game witch or
Yep, Mostly
general
Works at the top
spellcaster
right is
strategy
playing a Druid.
combined with the new Druid stuff. And yeah, taking advantage of Volcano with Concentrated Effect and Burgeon, which is the bonus for channeling. So you channel up a big Volcano, it drops down, keeps doing a bunch of damage. You throw down the Contagions and the Essence Drain and the Frost Bomb.
Exile is already on
they
the
have,
next
of course,
boss.
the Talisman for moving around in wolf form too, and now going straight into the Draven fight. And you can see that concentrated effect damage on the Volcano there is really good.
Yeah, it's super effective. And you can also see Angormus fighting the Consort as well. And you can see him switching over to the bear form. The reason for that is that you use Mole for building up your Rage, which gives you additional attack damage.
Oh, dude,
Eventually, that's
I'm
going
Exile
to
is
be,
he's
I
dominating.
think
Ooh,
He got a
something roar.
rare.
That was a big
that
crossbow
gives
for
you
Angormus.
Oh my
there.
god!
Oh, nice.
Look at the
There's
crossbow
like 83%
Angormus just got.
We probably have to take a bit of a look at that one a little bit later. He's not quite ready to equip that just yet.
Mostly works.
Big
Already
crossbow for
having used the
Angormus.
skip. Already having used the skip, Mostly Works is up to Lachlan.
So fast.
Surely he's not going to get hit here. Nice dodge. A lot of the grenade players
Wait, is
are
Mostly
relying
Works
also
already
on
killed
stuns.
Lachlan?
Not
Wait,
expecting
Mostly
many
Works is
stuns
in
coming out
first.
from the Druid. You can see he's going to be skipping the
Wait,
quest
Mostly
icon
already
as
killed.
you don't really need it. You need it if you need
He
the
already
hooded bro.
killed the boss.
But for speed run, they can't waste time going over to the hooded guy to get his stuff ID'd, and you do get it for free anyway in Act 2. So
Top
not
right
something
is
he's going to be
winning the
bothering
druid.
with, just trying to progress as quickly as possible. You can see Angormus now taking a more ranged approach to. Oh, sorry, Exile taking a more ranged approach to his Lackland fight. And wow, that's a big difference already, no? Angormus? He's going to be fighting Draven. Exile
Yeah, the
already over to Lackland.
mostly works on the druid. Taking the official first Lachlan kill is very impressive. We're seeing a super strong early game from druid here. It does have that mostly works has like a really nice 60% spell damage staff, but I'm still impressed at how well this early game druid is going here,
He's
and I
doing
hope that we
Essence
see
Drain
them throughout the
Contagion.
race, because I'm very excited to see that mixture of classes there. If we have 3 classes competing here, that's going to be really exciting stuff.
Movement
But-
speed boots for Exile.
Oh, well, very nice pick up there. And Gomes getting his Draven down pretty well, it looks like here. Just has to secure that final grenade rotation. Should have it.
Looks like
Of course, it can
Angormus
be a little
is now
tricky
in
with the
fourth,
grenades, as you
but
do have to place them
maybe
in
he's
anticipation of where
maybe
Draven is
he's
going to be doing is
powered
I will
up.
end your
Maybe
meaningless
he's
life.
stronger. He got
Step
that
around
godly
combo.
crossbow.
Picks up another semi-decent looking crossbow there, but he's already got one loaded and ready to go. I'm getting word from production here in the background as well. For those of you watching live on Twitch and not the VOD later, Twitch tops are now enabled. I didn't even know there was going to be some. That's cool news. You watch any POE2 stream for 30 minutes in the next 24 hours and you get Harmony footprints. So enjoy. I'm here for
The
Kill Monster
prize
Fast,
drops,
personally, but-
actually? What the hell?
Yeah, prize
was-
drops.
I was
There you
gonna-
go. A nice bonus. You know, we're all here
What?
for Kill Monster Fast, but we can get some footprints as well at the same time. I like the choice of footprints for that as well. Makes sense.
Let's go. Wow, production. Great job.
Very
That's the way to
good.
do it. All right, well, we had the first kill on the Huntress on Lackland as well. And yeah, once again, it is a little bit slower. He is searching for weapons. You can see I can read all of that perfectly. He does manage to find a pair of gloves with some damage, so that's going to definitely be very helpful. It is super effective on a spear, especially as it is a one-hander, so you've got
The
those
thing
lower
is
base numbers.
Angormus has
and that
that
just
god
makes
tier
the
crossbow,
gloves
even
more
though he's in
effective than
fourth.
something like a two-handed
So
crossbow.
now it might be
You've got
Pound
Mostly Works
Town,
finding the
USA,
Crowbell,
population
taking
monsters.
his time. That's going to yield 2 additional skill points. And yeah, skill points are very important.
The
Players
druid is
are
still
very
winning.
set on what kind of level they're going to be needing. And yeah, a part of that is the fact that they need a certain amount of passive points to be able to progress. And also production is telling
But
us
Exile
that
is close.
I'm Exile is significantly ahead of Mostly Works in regards to XP, which
Yeah, I
makes
was-
sense because you do need level 14 for the gas grenade for Geonor on the mercenary. I don't think the druid has anything other than that volcano in their arsenal, as Mostly Works is now dealing with another league mechanic, and he actually skips it. Interesting. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I'm a little curious about that XP
Oh, you can
differential there,
pounce
because it
over
could be,
those
like you said,
wagons?
about an
I didn't know that.
like
You see what he
intentional,
just
I'm
did?
trying to XP more, so I'm not progressing as fast. But I was also
Mm-hmm.
thinking about the mechanics of how the druid plays here. With the grenades, you can slap down the grenades on a pack and just keep running. But with the volcano,
Right.
you have to really like channel up that volcano, try and get the contagion. Contagion's pretty good, but it does start to drop off. So I wonder if druid is going to have a hard time keeping up on the XP gain for pack clear later on, as maybe that contagion starts to drop off, or maybe this build has got that problem solved. I don't know. It hasn't been a thing that we've seen in the past. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between the mercenary and the druid moving forwards. But we do
Look at the
see
play from Jiluo. He's pulling the boss as close as possible to that door while dealing damage. That is one of the advantage of those twisters. You can set yourself up to
and
get
they're
the
ready
boss
to
as
go.
close
Yeah.
as possible.
Oh man, look at that
And
damage.
boom. Yeah, that was just
That's-
one tornado. And you have to keep in mind, again, they can hit multiple times every 0.66 of a second. Each one of these tornadoes can hit. So a really big deal as we switch on over to, I think this
This
is
is fun to watch.
LHD. I'm not sure about this player.
We don't. Yeah, we're gonna try and find out what this player is.
Did
Their
Mostly
account
Works
name
die?
is literally the numbers there. So well, if there's
Not
any meaning to that.
LHD.
It's not
Oh.
LHD. Okay, it could be
No,
a
he didn't
mystery
die.
race.
If you
It does
die, you
start-
have a
I'd just like to point
2.5
out that the
minute
numbers of
penalty
the
where you
account
have to
start with
stand still and
23.
do nothing.
So
Um,
I'm just gonna leave that dangling.
that is a very familiar number.
Interesting. Where do I remember that number from? Yes. Okay.
Well, he does have a Chinese character name.
Still,
imposter?
you never know.
Now we're
No,
watching
the fact that they're on a Huntress means that this might be a, hitherto
1311279.
unknown, previously
He's
unknown
my
racer,
personal
maybe.
favorite player.
But it could be a mystery racer. I don't know. We'll see. But we have a Huntress moving very fast. They came. I'm going to call them 23. 23 was third on the Lachlan kills there, just behind I'm Exile and Mostly Works. So
Nice.
progressing very fast on the Huntress now. Seeing Huntresses start to shuffle up the pack a little bit.
It seems
as we
to be
move into the
between
latter
Mostly
parts
Works
of
and
Act
I'm
1,
Exile.
where things get a little bit spicy and
Mostly
interesting
Works
here
is going
as
for
we
this
head
boss.
through
Let's see how
some pretty
Volcano does on the
dangerous
boss in
zones
the top
moving
right.
forwards after the Executioner. We have a
That's
couple of dangerous
Elon's guy.
zones, and then a nice big boss
It's
fight.
going to pass it to Elon to get the
I've
final
learned some
shot
very
on the
interesting things
boss
about,
at the
actually,
end.
so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of
I
myself.
think
There's too much stuff I'm
everybody
excited to
skipped
talk about.
Freythorn. I don't think anybody
In the
did it.
meantime, though, Mostly Works. Let's have a look how that Executioner kill goes there. Obviously, you want to keep them on that channel.
Look
that
at Volcano!
And when they're on
Look
it,
at Volcano!
Damage.
the damage is so
That's
good.
huge.
Yeah, if they move off of it, the damage is like instantly halved. But oh man, that's very nice there. Any sort of static
That
boss is going to be just taking so much damage from that. Or if you can indeed anticipate and pre-place that channel ahead of time.
That is so much more damage than anything a mercenary or huntress is capable of at this stage of the game. Even if you've got the best gear, you really can't do it. And on a druid, yeah, I mean, gear's always going to make a difference. You can get those plus levels and whatnot, but man, that's a ton of damage. That is very cool coming out from a druid player here. You can see a little bit of plant work there on top of that contagion. A pretty
He's
basic
playing Plant
caster setup
Daddy!
for leveling, but man,
Yes!
in the right hands, it's super effective.
They just have no gear equipped too. I'll just like to point that out. It's like, whereas
Yeah.
you've got like the mercs making sure that they're getting the ring, they've got gloves because they want to get damage on there as well, and probably have a helmet and chest. No, the druid has a belt, some boots, an amulet, and the staff. And to be honest, the belt and amulet probably optional. I think just the staff. Oh, this new stuff they picked up though. +2 spell levels, 26 extra fire damage, 30 extra lightning damage, and 5% light radius, of course, very important.
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal for a long time for sure.
They unfortunately did not get the board gen.
Oh no, Mostly Works.
Spawned out of bounds or something.
Yeah, you have to do the reason why that looked so awkward for him is because you have to click the corpse and then slightly move away.
The next
which
zone
allows you to
is
drop the gem
so
on top of your
dangerous.
character rather than up that little ramp there.
Yeah, you can still reach it, but you have to get right on top of it like that, which is a bit awkward with the monsters there. Yeah, whereas you can just normally grab it while running. It's one of those little tricks you can incorporate into your own campaign playthrough, just like a nice little quality of life thing. You do a quick roll as you click the corpse and the gem appears on you. All
Executioner for 23. What kind of damage can we see
how
from this Huntress here?
Obviously
a really
using the
big
wall.
arena. You have to position him so that your twisters bounce off of that back wall over there. Struggling quite a lot there.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's not like the volcano at all, is it? It's not that consistent kind of easy thing.
Yeah, the fact that you can only hit twice, you also don't really have a whole lot of projectile speed. Later on, you get weapons that allow you to get more projectile speed or increased projectile speed. And that's going to make a big difference as well. Some increased duration. All of that really comes together for the Huntress.
Are they going to kill the fire guy, Candlemass? Is that his
not
name?
nearly as great as I'm Exile. Now finding another league mechanic gets that, I believe, guaranteed.
This zone is so deadly.
CP from the ramparts. When Angormus in the top left, a tremendous amount of damage. Wow.
Yeah, and Angormus getting a chance now to take advantage of that new crossbow.
Oh! Wait, is that the attack speed spear that Angormus dropped?
Yeah.
No, surely that's the other one.
I think it's the
but he's a mercenary though.
Yeah, I think that's the guaranteed poison. I'm not sure if that's the one.
Adjusting to make any use of that one.
He sells it, yeah.
He vendors that for a little bit of extra gold, but something maybe the Huntresses might have been interested in, but not so much for Angor. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the... I mean, it would still benefit, but... Because on a Huntress, you have to use multiple different spears. It is a really big deal. The spears don't have to be good, but you need to use a attack speed spear for your whirling slash.
just as I was snooping, that amazing crossbow from Angormus goes down on the mana ramparts. Like I said, the mana ramparts and the mana itself can be quite dangerous, and
So now
Angormus
he
is
has to
definitely
stand still for
feeling
2.5
that one, as they
minutes.
have to stand still for 2.5 minutes now. And of course, production is absolutely ruthless, despite Angormus working their way into our hearts over the past 4 seasons. Immediately cut from the stream in favor of Woodish, a newcomer to the scene, previously of Last Epoch racing fame, having won an Uber Aberoth kill in last year for a race event. They run like $5 grand in a hardcore race. A good racer, and you see this every now and then where you've got like a player that's just good at esports in general, and they come over to POE2 and they start practicing like crazy, and they have what it takes to like become good at the game almost instantly. And that is apparently Woodish, because brand new to Path of Exile 2 racing, apparently beat Angormus to maps in a hardcore private event recently. I believe it was like the Timmy League or something, and now is on the stream here. So
here we go.
very
Mostly
cool.
Druid versus
Playing a mercenary, and
he's playing
on their way
plants
to
and
become
Essence
GNL.
Drain Contagion, Frostbomb, and
Mostly Works is
Volcano.
already there. So really impressive runs so far.
I do the same. I do similar to what he's doing.
Mostly Works the first,
but
enter Augmento was Mostly Works, and then 23 in Exile, then Woodish.
I'm already
and
specking full plants at this point.
And okay, so I'm going to tell you about the tech. The how to skip the poetry phase has been discovered. If Geonor is in the center of the arena, they won't do the poetry phase. Now that is not as easy as it sounds, because if you have them in the center to begin with, then they'll do their movement, their attacks, which all have a ton of movement in them, and step away from the center. But if you can wrangle them and keep them in the center, so like have them just off center and then kind of keep pushing them into the center, you can really minimize the chance of having that poetry phase. So you can go ahead and skip that whole thing and have a real nice fast Geonor kill, because obviously the poetry phase is a huge time cost. It takes like 30 seconds or something. That damage from Mostly Works is insane.
I've heard multiple people within the last week say that it's pure RNG, so I don't think that's a strategy that all of our players are familiar with.
Maybe this is going to be one of those things that just proliferates now. But that is the thing. Now I have to say, all of these like strategies from the races, there's always a certain percentage of just kind of applying the sacred unguents, like hoping that it works.
He's gonna get staggered.
This works, and then
kill him with the volcano during the stagger.
But
works.
Apparently, this is being sworn by as a consistent thing. But
oh my god,
that is such a fast kill there. Look,
oh
just
my
stuck on the elevator, maximizing that volcano damage. Crazy fast Geonor kills. I mean, that's the alternative way of not getting a poetry phase, right? Just kill it. Just kill it. Crazy. Sure. That'll do it.
Great damage.
Mostly Works definitely with the first kill there.
I do use Volcano for the beginning part, but I throw it away when I get my 2 plants. Maybe I shouldn't throw it away. I use it in the early game and it's pretty good, but I throw it away after I get the level 5 skill gem.
Checking out the DPS, making sure that he drops all of the gems he doesn't need any more fragmentation rounds. No longer necessary for the round, for the gameplay. I don't see Gas Grenade for Exile. Is he not level 14? Wait, this is a big deal. I don't think he's level 14 on Geonor. That is really unusual, as you do get a lot of XP.
Exile's level 12, yeah. There you go.
Level 12? That's insane. Wait, we've never seen that on the Mercenary. They always go for level 14. It's been pretty much a defining aspect of the Mercenary in the past. You get level 14 or you don't do any damage. People have even went to the extent of experimenting with like Perfect Strike and seeing if maybe it's better, as Geonor can be a little bit tricky for a Mercenary. Super interesting stuff. Woodish on a Mercenary also in the bottom left. You can see our nice new overlay. Working out pretty well, as we can see multiple players fighting. Geonor getting a big load of grenades dropped on his head. That takes a huge chunk of his HP away. But yeah, the damage not looking nearly as good without that gas grenade. Obviously, the set that comes with its own set of advantages.
I don't know. I mean, I thought Exile killed that pretty fast.
That 23 is taking down that statue boy, which will yield additional HP, and any amount of additional defenses is super important on this melee playstyle that the Huntress has fully committed to. Woodish with the Wyvern form on a Mercenary.
Yeah, we're
Cool.
seeing we're going to be seeing probably a fair bit of the Wyvern stun into rend for the lightning damage buff on the mercenaries. It seems to become quite a good staple there, as the mercenaries can reliably build up that stun and then take advantage of it. Genor are dying so hard they're like flying up the side of the arena there. We're just getting a very fast
They're
kill.
skipping all the loot from the
So yeah, we're
boss.
seeing, despite this tech existing for keeping them in the center, if you just kill them fast enough, or get anywhere, you're pretty likely to skip that poetry phase anyway. It turns out. Very nice. Camera shake on. Mostly works
You
here
could
with a very dangerous fight. Sometimes even more dangerous than Count Geonor. You immediately come into the Wrathbreaker fight, and Wrathbreaker is not
FMA Young
afraid to
Gutted,
be
thanks for the
like, yeah, I
subs,
know I'm not
guys.
an act boss, but first boss, welcome to Act 2. Slam. But mostly works handling it pretty well and doing a good job of just keeping them in place on top of that volcano. Being a smaller boss, not taking quite as much damage, but does get taken down. And obviously you can stay right at the point of that, and the wolves just kind of get confused and don't really know where to go. You can wait and loot and then get out of there safely, as they do just there.
We've got our first Huntress approaching the Geonor fight as well. So once again, you are sacrificing quite a
Look at
lot
the
of
bottom
time
right corner, guys. Let's see how the
for Act
tornadoes do on
1 for
Geonor.
this playstyle, but later on, you're going to be able to skip a lot of monsters and go into those final bosses with a lot less XP. I do wonder what kind of DPS output we can see here. It will be a different playstyle. As much as it is melee, you kind of have to keep the bosses further away from the wall compared to a druid, but not keep them in the center as he is doing that right now. Maybe this is because of the strategy that Ziggy mentioned that allows him to avoid the poetry
Yeah.
phase. Not something he has to worry about in phase 1, but once phase 2 approaches, you do want that boss already positioned, as
Yeah, he's done his
immediately
wolf
he moves out of
charge.
the way. So
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of movement skills going on in this fight. So if you can
a
wrangle
charge
it
into
and
charge.
you learn the movement and steps for some of those combos, then look, he's got Geno back in the center of the arena. So this is maybe something that 23. This looks intentional, right? Like they definitely seem to be kind of drawing them back into the center of the arena. There, it might also just be kind of pretty good for the twisters, maybe, as you can somewhat get that bounce back.
You kind of want him in the center, but kind of
Yeah.
a little bit off
He
thanks to
just
the
tanked
slam
the
there.
jump.
More
Taking the
than
slam in
enough
the center to me
defense.
is like an indicator, right? Like that you want to keep them there rather
Makes
than kind of
sense,
moving a bit
yeah.
more. Oh, that was a really nice like interrupt on the beam there. They were like so confident that was going to work that they were just right there and taking the beam. Was it even a parry? Maybe I don't think you can parry it, can you? Because you can certainly block things like that. I don't know.
think
I'm
you
not
can
sure if
parry
that
it.
works on the buckler, but either way,
Well,
get through that very cleanly, like skillfully.
the big thing too is that on a Huntress, obviously you want to parry because that allows you to use Claws of Frost, which drops the chilling ground, which slows down the boss, and it's super
I still
important.
think
But the
Volcano
big thing
did
on
the
a Huntress
most
is that you
damage.
have to always try to min-max your HP as much as possible. This isn't something that you're going to be worrying about with other classes this early on, but because the parry is based off of
No,
the
they
amount of
took
HP
out
that you've
the
got,
guy
there
in
are situations
first.
where you simply don't have enough HP, and our players
Yeah.
will
They
know
took
that
out the
if
guy
they
in
parry
first?
here, they will
Bro,
get
bring the
stunned.
druid
And
back.
that is something that they have to avoid. Now, as they are
Yo!
in Act 2, it's going to be very important on a
Oh, there we go.
Huntress
He's back.
that you go through a certain
They must have heard me
set of
crying.
steps that will allow you for a much bigger single
Oh, he
target.
died!
And a part of that is finding the event, as he does manage to do it,
No!
for a tier
He
2 support event
died!
that will give you
We didn't
Frost
see what
Nexus.
happened!
This will allow you to drop Chill Ground and chill with all of their different abilities. With Whirling Slash, you're going to also be using Barrages, our player has already been using
Okay,
for
so I'm
multiple
Exile in
What
first.
happened
attacks,
to our
and then
druid?
also Ice Tips Arrows.
What
Oh.
happened to our druid there?
I know mostly Works is dead because he's standing still for at least a minute and a half more.
Yeah, there's I believe we might have missed that during the Geno kill or something during the shuffle there.
Uh-oh.
He had a bit of, I think he might have had a crash and died there, or died and log out or something. So we might have actually missed that. Unfortunate. Mostly is indeed the druid. There's
Really?
just a typo on the thing there for a
Oh,
bit.
we had a production crash, and that's when he died. So that's why we
Oh,
missed
okay.
it.
He died
Not
during
that he
our
crashed.
crash.
Okay,
No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
they
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
mean to switch off of him.
Our
The
spectator
production
client
of them
crashed.
streaming his
Do
stream
apologize for
died,
that.
they
So
said.
we're unsure of what happened, but mostly works.
All right, I can
Experiencing
forgive
upset
that.
in
I can
mines,
forgive
plenty of
that.
places to get body blocked and wrecked, and that might have been what has happened. Unfortunate upset for them. They had been very strongly in the lead. This gives a little bit of a chance for the players to catch up, but still something they can absolutely come back from. So we'll see how they go as they get back into the race here in just a moment. In the meantime, we
Ooh,
get to see the Huntress on Wrathbreaker, but this is like, does not seem to be, is this where you want Wrathbreaker here? You have to dodge all of the spears and everything.
yeah. I was about to say he immediately moved, and that's not particularly good. As keeping him
Yeah, that's
on
rough.
the top of that ramp really helps you a lot. And this is pretty much the final boss when you still have to use Claws of Frost for that chill, and things aren't nearly as automated as they
There you
are
go.
going to be in the future. More buttons, but you're going to be seeing a lot more damage as mostly everybody is progressing through the Mountain Quarry, including Mostly Works, who can now finally move with that.
So Woodish has
werewolf form.
329
He's gonna be
health.
running around.
I'm
You can
Exile
see
has
it kinda looks like he's
286.
spamming
Huntress
the
has
spacebar, and that's exactly what
294.
it is slightly faster
And the Druid
than
only
the
has
sprint, but most importantly, it's
226.
safer.
He has
Every now and then you're gonna
70
be
less
pouncing as well
health
to get past mobs, maybe
than
get
the
past
next
some obstacles.
lowest
You can do some
person.
cool skips. I don't think we've showcased it here, but for Wrathbreaker, you can jump from below up to Wrathbreaker. One of his ads is targetable, and that allows you for a nice skip. So already a lot of things that you can be doing here. Some of our Huntresses are going to be doing some of those things later on too, either with Thunderous Leap or that's already going to happen when they are going to be pretty much fully committing to the werewolf form as well. But that is something that is a really big deal for druids and for mercenaries, that you don't need
I'm
to
gonna
use your
have to go to
second weapon,
POE2
which
and
allows you to use a
revisit early
talisman,
game
which then
Plant
allows you
Daddy
to
after
use this
watching Mostly
werewolf form
Works.
early.
There's
The way
something you have
that
to understand
Huntress
though
gets
about
around
my
that is that she
guide.
picks up a lot
My
of
guide
sprint nodes on the
assumes that
tree,
you
a lot
have
of
some
movement speed
gear,
nodes on the
right?
tree, and that lets you keep up
If you
while
have
also
gear,
having a
then
lot of damage
plants are
coming
pretty
out from those
godly. But the thing
twisters.
I'm clearly
Yeah,
missing
I'm looking forward to
is
seeing just
Essence
how
Ring
smooth
Contagion
that
is
Huntress
good.
looks.
I think we need
Yeah,
to
it's nice when you're actually playing as a character that gets a bit of scaling
Mostly
for it.
Works is in
Ooh,
huge
Mostly
trouble,
Works kind of
man.
considering with that little
He's so
pause there was then
squishy is the
pausing and deciding if they
problem.
wanted to reset at checkpoint, but they decided to keep going and stick with it there. Does
I
manage
hope
to
he
get out of
gets
the
some
situation.
gear soon
Meanwhile,
to help him
23
stay
does
alive.
opt for the reset after getting into a slightly bad position there.
All
with less
4
than half
people in the
health,
same
and,
zone, guys.
He's squishy. Mostly Works is so
yeah,
squishy.
Yeah, he's very squishy.
230 something life.
that
Nobody
is
else on the
just.
screen has less than 300 HP.
I mean, I was saying
So
before they had literally no gear on. It might still be the case.
right.
I'm gonna have a look. That
Well, that's
is,
the thing, right? Our players are always really trying to min-max
but
3
they
major
still haven't put any
elements.
gear on. Okay,
Yeah.
this is definitely going to come back to bite them because 240 hit points right now is not enough for almost anything to be survivable. So you're just going to be going for the don't get hit forehead strategy.
So he's
Which,
about to fight
empty
Ruja, the
ring
fire
slots,
boss.
empty
Somehow
gloves,
Mostly
empty
Works
chest,
is still
empty
in
helmet.
first.
They have a helmet
He's
lined
still
up
in
for later.
first. Standing
But
still for
that's,
2.5
it.
minutes.
But they
Yeah,
have
it is-
damage.
Oh,
it
he's
is
That is something
switching.
they have, and that
What's
is
it called?
it's
the strongest defense.
Bone snap.
It's a little bit. Oh
Oh!
my big
Look at that
chunker from
bone
Mostly Works.
storm. So we have just
Holy.
seen the transition away from Volcano. Volcano
I
has
have
been
it's
completely
Bone
dropped on the
Storm. I
ground
have
and
this in my
and
guide.
discarded. Bone Storm now with Burgeon
I have it in
and
my guide.
Zenith, which is that
With
30% more
Zenith,
damage if
that's
your
what I
mana
have.
is high. So you
That's in my guide.
top
That's
that
in
mana
my
up
guide.
and then start that channel and get that gigantic Bone Storm damage. And mate, we've seen it on the Infernalist and stuff in the past and can be very impressive. And I did not expect to see it on the Druid here. So we're seeing the super interesting Druid game develop.
Mostly Works and
I'm
Exile and
very happy with
Woodish
how this race
and
is
the
playing out
Huntress.
so far.
These 4 are within
But do keep in mind
30
again,
seconds
there's
of each
3
other.
major elements that are
So Mostly Works was
trying
way ahead.
to
He
min-max,
stood still
which
for
is the
2.5
progression. How
minutes
quickly are
and
you
is still in
getting
first
past
place.
everything? Your
That's
XP,
crazy
how much
work.
XP you're getting while you're trying to progress as quickly as possible. And then also gear. And gear is a major aspect, especially on a mercenary in Act 2. This is where you get your Varnished Crossbow at level 16. And
I
you're
could
pretty
be
much
wrong,
always
but I
going
have a
to be
feeling
checking
Mostly
vendors,
Works is
and
going
you
to
can
take
save yourself
another
a lot of
death
time
unless he
if
can
you
find
get a
some way to get
good
some health.
crossbow early.
He needs like some
Which you will
gear
pretty
or
much keep
something.
all the way until level 33 when you start using that bombard. So you're going to be seeing some of our mercenary players dumping a lot of currency, hopefully, into a crossbow. I say hopefully, because that would indicate that they found a crossbow that is good enough to actually put their currency towards. And there's even like a cool little trick where you can use a few blacksmith stones on a level 16 crossbow.
Yeah,
Which
he's
then,
at
when you're gonna be
238
switching over
HP.
to another
The
tier,
next
and
lowest on the
spears can
screen
do
is
this too. You can
316.
salvage that weapon to get those blacksmith stones for free back. So it doesn't
Is he
come really
playing
with a
my
cost. You're not
build?
sacrificing anything in the long term.
No, he is.
But it
it's
is
close
all of
to
these
it,
things are super
but
important to
mine
min-max
is
on a
more
mercenary,
plants.
and not nearly as important
He's
to
doing
optimize on a
plants
huntress.
with
You just
Essence
want
Drain
attack
Contagion.
speed with a fast base. That's all that
Who
you
are we
care
gonna
about.
bet
and then
on?
every extra damage that you get on your weapon swap.
I
from the
would bet on
Twister,
I'm
that's
Exile.
going to be something that you're
I'm
gonna have to
Exile has
worry
won
about
so many
on every
POE
day.
races. I think
And
it
for
would be
Druid,
a dumb
apparently you don't
idea
need
to
any
not
gear
bet on
at all.
I'm Exile.
This
Apparently
guy's
not.
crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I'm gonna spy
I would
in
definitely
on
bet on I'm
Rudish
Exile.
and have a look at how they're going, because like you said, that's level 16 breakpoint is very big. It's basically like level 16 and then another breakpoint at level 31 that they go for. So I'm gonna be taking a
Did he
look at what
die?
we've got lined up. We've got a Dryad crossbow with some decent little bits of damage there lined up for level 20.
He
Not
dropped like 10
strong enough to
HP.
be
Dude,
carrying you
Mostly
through,
Works has got to get some
until
HP, man.
the end game of the race to see you through.
Right.
Sometimes you can find that level 16
He's
crossbow
got to
that's
get
well
some
rolled enough that
HP.
you can actually just use that through to the end, but it can be a little rough unless it's amazing.
Man,
He needs to put on some gear and get
23
some
entering
life on
the
his gear.
next zone at the exact same time. Little bit of min-maxing here. They might be resetting a checkpoint to reset the NPC, as she does tend to get stuck at times. And yeah, with the Huntress, you can see that they're skipping a lot of monsters and trying to line them up for that big twister, trying to kill as many packs at the same time as possible. You can see them for Jiluo. He's skipping a big pack. He's pulling everything together. He's stacking up. the Whirling
Jesus
Slash,
Christ,
boom,
Tornado or
huge
Twister is so
clear on
stupid.
everything as he manages to not just find an essence, but also a league mechanic that he will now be opening. So once again, a major element for XP gain and itemization for the Huntress is going to be this league mechanic. They don't have to wait for any delay from any grenades or anything like that. They just need that big AoE from the Twister. Mostly Works now up to the same zone as well with Exile. Not far behind, keeping up with the grenades.
Jamanra is
And
going to
this is
stop some of
really
them.
Very important for the
I was just looking
mercenaries.
at
They did nerf Jamanra's health
Varnish
by
crossbow, that level 16,
17%,
like I
I
was talking
think,
about
but
there.
I can see it's got 2 sockets, so I can already
it's gonna be
tell
interesting
it's
to
a
see how
bang.
they handle
it's good
this.
enough to chuck 2 sockets on, because it's got triple added damage with very good rolls and
Yup.
attack speed on top of that. So we got 12 to 18 fizz, 7 to 10 fire, and 14 to 21 cold, in addition to that lightning 2 to 30 from the runes. That is a lot of
Oh,
damage.
really?
And the sort of crossbow you could potentially use through. We will see how the rest
I'll
of the
be
gear
honest,
pans
that's-
out.
This is a very close
That's very
race.
good,
great.
though.
I'm
I
surprised
wonder
that
how
he was put
Angormus is
sockets into
doing.
it.
He had a death, but I
Obviously,
wonder if he's catching
you
up.
can get a bunch of different Artificer's Orb drops, so maybe he had particularly good luck in that regard. But that's
Mostly
not that
Works only
great.
has
Yeah.
That's not an amazing
250 health.
crossbow.
Crazy. It's a banger
I mean,
crossbow.
Okay,
considering
262.
you want to use this all the way until 33, I don't.
Well, I don't
You
want
know.
to, but that can be a fallback plan. Very occasionally, you'll see like.
Keep in mind, whoever's in
amazing
first
enough
could
gear that you're
easily
like,
die
I'm
to the
actually gonna
get the
actual
damage here.
boss.
In the bottom right, 23. In these small
Oh.
arenas, this is where
There goes
Twisters
Yaman Ra.
shine. Yup. This is
Gone.
already you've got
Optimal.
almost all the things that you need. You've got the Whirling Slash, you've got the Barrage, you've got the Ice Tip Arrows. You still have enough
The
intelligence.
2
to be able
Huntresses
to
look
use
like they've
Frostbomb,
gotten.
'cause
They've
that is a
moved
major
to
thing with the
first.
Huntress. You don't really have enough attributes to use all of the abilities. So even though something like a Frostbomb would be super effective, as eventually you're pretty much exclusively dealing cold damage through the conversion that you get with the ice tipped arrows, you actually have to drop Frostbomb because you just don't have enough intelligence. So you're always going to be sacrificing something on a Huntress to itemize for more attributes. But at this stage of the game, all that he's missing is freezing mark.
Dude, look
that
at
I think
I'm
you get
Exile's
at
damage.
tier 7 gems, and that's really when the damage is going to be coming out. And yeah, the damage on our other players is not bad either. I'm Exile dealing
Yeah.
with the Jamanra quite nicely.
Yeah, jumping around going down super fast to those grenade volleys.
Let's see the
from
Druid.
Exile. Yeah, big old Bone Storm coming out maybe. Getting harassed a
It's
little bit,
okay.
making it a bit hard to throw out that Bone Storm if they're getting stunned. Oh!
Oh my
Right, 260
God.
health is not enough to not get stunned by every attack that the boss does. The default attack stunning them out of their Bone Storms. Really just needs to put some other gear on, like... I get,
this is-
not using a chest maybe for movement speed. This is a bit excessive. There's no
Yeah,
movement
he
speed penalty for gloves
sacrificed
Murph.
a
Blue Works,
lot.
just so you know.
he sacrificed a lot of defenses to be able to keep up with the other players. And honestly, it's already costing him. Resistances
Yeah.
are a major element of this race. There are different bosses that you just have to cap your resistances for.
I didn't know that. So
Yeah, I
at the
don't think
end
you
of
can end
his
this
Does a
animation,
lot
it
of
seems like
lightning
he
damage.
auto kills all
He was
of
getting
the.
shocked really heavily there. So no gear
Yeah,
is a big
it's hard
deal.
to
And
take a
Act 2 is
2.5
already where you
minute
start
penalty
itemizing. I mean,
and
you
win the
itemize.
race.
Even in
Mostly
Act 1, you
Works was in
itemize
first
for
by far, but
some of the Act 4 bosses, but Act 2
the death that he
especially
had
is
plus
very
his
important
very
with
low
regards to resistances.
survivability, I
You
think,
get some
is hurting
guaranteed
him
rings that
big
you can
time.
go for, and you can see that Jiluo was already up to the Bone Pits, or even the Mastodon Zone. The Mastodon Zone does have a guaranteed 4 link from the League mechanic, so that's something that our players are going to be looking for sure. Exile in the Mastodon
Also
Badlands
works.
now.
Picks
Finds the
up some
Abyss.
decent
All
speed
4 of
boots
these
from
guys
the
could
vendor there.
potentially
They're having some
win.
problems with attributes. Not enough attributes to equip the helmet that's in their inventory, so there's still no chest armor, no rings, no gloves. Yeah, this is really rough for them. They did
Yeah.
at least get 15% movement speed boots from the vendor, but nothing else to secure that survivability aspect. And we saw the big problem there is just you can't be getting stunned out of that
So
bone
he's
storm. That's where
picking
all
the
that damage is
storm
coming from. And if the
rune
boss is
so
just
he can add
tapping you
flat
with
lightning
fault taps and
damage
stunning
to.
you, then that's
It's either
not gonna
flat
work.
lightning damage or getting
But
the
keep in
They have
mind,
to
lightning
get
mostly
this problem
resist.
solved very quickly.
Mostly Works has already died once, and he's still keeping up. He's doing the Abyss here, so a pretty major commitment. A lot of gear that you can get from the Abyss, but most importantly, a lot of XP. So this will hopefully allow him to stay a little bit safer. Most of our other players are looking for that League mechanic for the guaranteed 4 link, but they will be skipping the Abyss as it tends to not be enough XP. And honestly, on the Huntress, you're kind of already approaching very slowly. Well, not really that slowly, but you're approaching the point where you won't need any more XP.
It's cool that we
A
have
pretty
3
major
different
element that we've
builds on
talked
the
about in
screen.
previous races is that
Huntress,
you need level
Druid,
28 for
Mercenary.
Jamanra. Huntresses don't do that. Our players might even go to Jamanra at level 26, 27, and that's pretty much all the XP that they're going to be getting.
that's
Everything in
crazy
Act
to
3
me.
and everything in Act 4, they're going to be skipping. They're just equipping their werewolf form and jumping around. They're not going to be killing any monsters. So
I
if
do
you
love
don't
this
have an
Huntress
advantage
gameplay.
of a mercenary at this stage of the game, you're behind. It looks like it's close, but the Huntresses, they're really far ahead. As long as they can stay alive, man, I don't know. This might end up being a blowout for the Huntresses.
Definitely
There's
too
that
early
League
to call
mechanic.
yet, but we are seeing some very fast clear starting to happen on those Huntresses, and we're starting to see some of the potentials there. We're getting the whirlwinds double tapping the boss as it bounces off the arena twice here. Another good boss for this kill, although the timing between the 2 boss kills here, not exactly even, but oh man, that huge damage off the wall there. Okay, never mind, they're going to be just fine. The enrage will not be a problem for 23 as
Well,
they take down that duo there.
another element for the Huntress is that you are able to equip a scepter as you are using a one-hander. The players are not going to be traveling far enough for the keystone that gives you offhand attack speed and things like that. So they are just using a scepter for their main setup on the Twister. And that allows
23
you to
is
get Malice, but it
dominating.
also allows you to get Attrition or War Banner. Attrition if you're, kind of lazy, but War Banner if you're being really efficient. And you can already see that 23 has that available. With Jiluo, I'm not sure if they're
Even
having a banner.
even
I do see the
faster.
Spirit. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a nice
even
one.
faster there. Crazy.
No
Malice
Malice
playing.
yet.
It's going to be so
There's
exciting to
Lion
watch them
Exile
fight
getting a
Jamanra.
very fast grenade kill as well off the back of that really high damage gear that they have right now. So Exile is at kind of a bit of a peak moment here, but hopefully they can continue to carry that forwards. Kind of fumbles the rare
Leaves the
dry crossbow.
He didn't have enough
The current crossbow is good
inventory
enough
space
that
for the
it'll
crossbow,
not
but
be
he
beaten
must have
by
thought that
dry
was a bad
currently
base.
anyway. So it would mostly have just been for vendoring. But
Yeah,
Huntress is
100%.
looking very good here. Man, that clear in 23 as they're moving through.
Well,
Mostly
And
Works is
as much as
only
I'm
getting
talking
the
about it
health
being
from
potentially a
leveling up.
blowout and all this, if they manage to stay
It looks
alive,
like.
is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that assumption because
absolutely.
we might be seeing a lot of rips. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that we haven't seen any rips from any of our Huntresses yet. This melee play style, again, you have to always consider the fact that you can get stunned. With the werewolf form, as you're jumping around, you cannot get stunned. But when you're
Man.
sprinting around like this, you really have to optimize your playstyle to not just die with 23.
Jesus.
Yeah, the damage is massive, but it's
Twister
not
is kind of dumb, guys.
massive enough yet. Again, the freezing mark will be coming out very soon, and that's really where this entire setup is going to be shining. But
they all
it's
missed.
still more than good enough.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
twisters do just miss though, but there we go. In particular, Giluo's movement is just looking insane here as they move through the packs. I'm just seeing the backflips and the use of the whirlwind movement, as well as weaving all of that together with dodge roll and timing out those tornadoes, even like aiming the tornadoes sideways there to like
You have
bounce
to.
back and forth across the pack rather than just sending it off the edge of the screen like you would be inclined to. Like normally players would point their ability at the enemies, right? But Gila is like, I'm going to throw it at the wall here, so it bounces back and forth and kills everything in that area and gets me more XP. Like really, really good, like technical optimization of movement and everything here. And like you said, to stay alive is surprising on the Huntress. It's very squishy playstyle and strategy here. And whereas we can see the mercenaries get something like 700 plus health, get some decent armor evasion, and be able to actually tank some things
nice.
from
Wow,
Hellguy.
look.
That might be the case here.
Great layout read from Giluo. Manages to find the exit, but decides to go for the guaranteed amulet that drops from that side zone. And he's going to be using the checkpoint to go back and exit. So you can see that itemization is a priority here. This is where they are killing some of their final mobs right now. And the gear that they're getting now is going to be, for the most part, the gear that they're going to be using for those Act 4 boss kills. So super important. And he does spend that extra time to get there. I'm Exile with the massive damage coming out.
I think the best damage currently of all of them. Like that's a bit faster to me than the.
I think I'm Exile.
Right, but you have
I
to
don't
keep
know,
in
man.
mind,
I'm Exile's looking
not
very strong.
Quite when you're peaking because
he's a little bit
quite a ways
behind
away from that level 16 when he equipped the crossbow. But this is what he's using all the way until the bombard. So this will begin to drop off. Obviously, you're getting more passive points, but it is a really awkward stage for the mercenaries because this is where you're getting a lot of the utility, but not a lot of the outright damage from your passives. So it looks great right now, but you need a bigger advantage.
Yeah, mostly works
to go faster. I would feel very
pretty far behind here now.
That the
he still hasn't gotten any HP other than
far back enough.
He still hasn't gotten any HP other than just the HP he's getting from leveling up.
The mercenary gearing in the crossbow and level strategy seems to be adjusting a bit, at least from watching Guy That Dies. I can't speak for all of the mercenaries, definitely, but it used to be that people would push for 33 for the bombard crossbow for that big damage. But obviously that like takes a little bit of extra time to level that. But less than that even, the fact that you have to hoard the currency for the crossbow to craft it, or, you know, just hope to get really lucky was like pretty iffy. And that would actually cost you quite a bit of time because you wouldn't be able to just invest that into an earlier crossbow and actually benefit it from it sooner.
I don't think there's the leaderboard. We're kind of staring at the leaderboard. I think they're mostly putting the people that are at the front.
I think we're seeing more like level 31 push now and going for like that big alloy crossbow. You know, unless you get something really crazy earlier on.
Can you imagine being almost done with Act 2 at 55 minutes?
You can't afford to go for level 33. So, yeah, we're going to have to see. I mean, a lot of this is the unfortunate part.
I only did one Plant Daddy run to make a video,
just sort of drops,
and it took me 109 to beat Act 1.
Well,
and people who are watching my YouTube video was like, that was pretty damn fast.
It's more of a problem.
These guys in 55 minutes.
How much more damage can I get with an extra weapon? But you can see
50% of an act ahead of me.
The vendors every single level. You know, you don't have to look for another base. You don't have to worry about any of that.
There is one huge difference, though. I did do Freythorn.
And the damage. It's still pretty good. You can see Giluo dropping that.
And I killed Candlemass. I'm getting every single
in the bottom right.
You know,
and as long
I'm
as
getting every power up. Of course,
it's pretty good. Again, they don't shotgun, but from a single ability,
I don't want to go back and do it later.
As long as it's 0.66 apart, just like Spark, if that's something that you're familiar with. It's basically.
I'll grab them from you later, Tex, to see if you don't mind.
Damage form.
Dude, I blunk and miss the Huntress kill.
Damage comment back. I think Mostly Work still has the most damage from their boss kill earlier. But it's still no gear, though. They have an unidentified cultist crown. Maybe that will give them something.
Dude, maybe I should go... Should I go speedrun POE2 instead of POE1?
Almost 300 life, but not
maybe I should be speedrunning this game. And
That's a bit
speedrun
iffy.
with
We're
Plant
seeing everyone
Daddy.
else having 400 plus, 450.
I could do
for
much
Diablo
better than
on the Huntress,
109,
which is
of
the
course.
conventionally squishy class. It's funny to see the Druid being so much squishier here.
Maybe I should do-
I think at this
maybe
point,
tomorrow
just
I'll start
ultimately
doing
most of
that
the work's
instead.
trying to go so fast and just missing gearing opportunities, not quite spending a little bit of extra time at vendors to do so. to fix
Honestly,
these problems,
I just need
and
to incorporate
I can only see
Volcano
this
more. I
coming back
use
to haunt them
Volcano
pretty soon.
early in the very
But,
beginning, but I don't
And
use it
speaking
later
of
in the act.
HP and the defenses, apparently Angormus has died once again in the background.
Yeah. Oh,
So
crazy damage
I-
from Gilo there.
Gilu
tornado-
killed that guy in
tornado
like
just
2
kept
seconds.
Bouncing back perfectly
I'm
for the
Exile
second
past
round of
Gilu.
damage there. Crazy kill
Jesus
on that
Christ.
mhm,
one. Very
yeah.
fast
I mean,
kill.
I'm not sure if they're quite there yet, but this could be also the stage where they get the freezing mark, which allows them to build up their freezes a lot more. And they also, if they manage to freeze a boss, they get a 30% extra damage as cold buff, which, yeah, I mean, it just keeps piling, right? You have a lot of buttons to click, but when you click all of those buttons and the twisters land just right, it is crazy. Mostly works jumping past that beetle, and you can see how much time Exile is spending. Sure, you can still do a little bit of vendoring when the caravan moves. That is a little bit of an annoying aspect of the Act 2 campaign, that whenever the caravan is moving, you're going to the next zone. You're not quite able to exit town immediately, which, yeah, can be frustrating on some of our other classes, but for the mercenary, that's the perfect time that you can go to a vendor, do a quick check, and right as you're able to exit town, immediately do so. So it is costing you time, but Act 2 is the perfect zone to be doing these things in. And yeah, Exile is keeping up in the same zone as Jiluo. But man, look at that AoE clear, just ice everywhere. All the mobs are dead. And wow, Jiluo, what level is he? He's actually beginning to skip the league mechanic already. So
God,
he
that's
must
looking
be looking
insane.
really well. Yeah.
That is
The
looking
windup is
insane.
big, but the multiple screen clear is just so
I'm guessing
ridiculous.
mostly works
And again,
is
I
not.
don't know if
I'm
you
guessing
can
he's
check
not
Ziggy,
even in
but,
fourth
Yeah.
at the moment.
Jilu was probably
I wonder
using,
if they're
like,
gonna
you
pull
know,
up a different
a
screen other
barely
than mostly works.
good weapon.
I don't even
Let's
know if
just
he's in
see.
fourth
I'm
anymore.
pretty sure I have them on my list here. Let's have a look. I just double check it is actually Gilo.
Again, there are two sets of weapons. Your Whirling Slash, you want
Yeah, this
speed,
is
you don't
them.
really care about the damage. But on your Twister, you want a big
Yeah,
damage. You
I
don't care
mean-
about the speed, you want damage.
It's just a
It's
blue.
trash.
It's a blue spear with 5 to 8
Oh,
cold
that's a
damage and
nice
10%
one.
attack speed. They have
The attack
it's
speed
interesting.
The attack speed
Yeah.
on the other one is the more important part, because that's
Yeah.
a winged spear, so it's the fastest that you can get. And he's already
Yeah, I
got the
think
war. So
23
this is
is
pretty
in
much the
first
final
in the
weapon that
bottom
he's going to be
right.
using. The Twister one, the war spear, because you can see that
Crazy.
increased projectile damage. You can get another tier at level 26, but because of the projectile speed, I don't anticipate that they're going to be using anything. But you can see that even with basically nothing on this spear, it is a ridiculous amount of damage. I mean, it is just crazy.
So I know this Twister playstyle is new for a lot of you. It is new for me as well. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown on what Giluo is using right now. We've got Whirling Slash with rapid attacks and Rage for that Rage generation. Really good Rage generation skill there. You're using it pretty often. You can keep that Rage up. Twister is the one that got that first Jeweler's Orb that they picked up earlier in the Macedon Badlands. So that's got Elemental Armament 2 for more damage. Frost Nexus, which creates Chilled Ground so that it can get that Chilled Ground buff there. And that's when they freeze an enemy, so they try and get that freeze build up happening, and then try and get that freeze from Twister to put that chilled ground down for that big bonus damage, and we've seen that. And projectile acceleration for 40% more projectile speed. That gives that ability to bounce around. And we've got this ice tipped arrow
Bro,
spell
he killed
as
that
well.
Huntress, or he killed that
It's
Which,
ridiculous.
giant
Ice tipped
instantly.
arrow is crazy.
I didn't know that this didn't need a bow, given that it's called ice-tipped arrows, but there you go.
Well,
requires a spear or bow. Yeah, it works on spears. Fair enough. Retreat and elemental armament.
technically,
Not a build I've
spears
played.
have,
Yeah.
Spears have tips. Come on.
That's it. It makes fair enough. Maybe it needs a different name though. And we have Herald of Ice, and that is only going on the weapon swaps. They actually have 2 spears equipped, and on the second set they have a Stoic Scepter, which is giving the spirit to be able to activate that Herald of Ice, which they're just like swapping to as they clear. So they'll swap over to activate that Herald of Ice just briefly for the pack clear, which is insane level of kind of like optimization for the clearing here. Obviously, you get that auto weapon swapping.
Ziggy.
Yeah.
Looks like
we're not
23
there
is
yet. Trust
way
me. The
ahead
shit
of
that they're gonna be
everybody.
doing in Act 3,
No.
it's gonna
I'm very excited.
you're gonna be seeing some tame beast mechanics. It's
This
gonna
is
go crazy. The
crazy.
amount of
Yep.
effort that they're gonna go through to just dish out a giant twister, it's massive. And those
Yeah, and we've got
ice-tipped spears really is
Looks
the
like
ice-tipped
23
arrows
is flying.
is really the big element here that makes the twister so impactful, because with the barrage you're going to be attacking multiple times, and that's where the big damage comes from, alongside the full 100% damage conversion. And you can see Exile with the grenades killing the Colossus, looking pretty good, trying to min-max their cursor positioning to not have those grenades drop down, and the gas grenade, yeah, is going to be more than effective enough to take down the Colossus.
And you were mentioning earlier the War Banner. They are running the War Banner in addition to Barrage and Freezing Marks. There's a lot of tech at play here.
Does he have a Malice Scepter?
It's got a Discipline Scepter in this case, not the Malice.
So we're not there yet. Again, there's many more things that we can get.
Watch Jilu in the bottom
no,
left
no
fight
chest armor
the.
And really like a little bit of damage
Jilu
sprinkled across
fight
the other
the
gear. It's crazy the amount of damage that you can just get from the skills here. It's almost like a spellcaster.
Yep.
Like you said, the fact that they can just use a blue spear to achieve this level of damage is kind of wild. Not going to say OP, but definitely OP.
It's OP.
What the hell?
It's OP.
So
I mean,
strong.
the problem once again is with the ice-tipped arrows. It really isn't a twister issue. If for whatever reason ice-tipped arrows working on the twister, that's a problem. I don't know. I don't know if that's balanced. Check
That's not an
NPC.
arrow.
But we do have Jilu taking down his Colossus.
Looking
pretty good.
Very nice.
I do know that there's a little bit of annoyance when it comes to Colossus on the Huntress, because you can't actually drop the chilled ground. So that's a little bit annoying on that fight in particular, but still, it doesn't really matter all damn much. But we will be seeing some more damage coming out from all of our types of players, because for mercenaries, you're going to have that ferocious roar, which will give them max range. They're not going to have to be mauling with a bear anymore. But for Huntress,
what do we have here?
Once again, she does get the freezing mark, so that's going to be a big benefit, as mostly works. Still struggling to stay alive, struggling to get past these mobs now. The levels are hurting. The survivability is hurting. I don't know if this druid will be able to keep up for that much longer, but mostly works an excellent player, showing us that some of the caster setups can still be competitive, even in this very attack-oriented race.
It managed to equip, Mostly Works managed to equip a helmet, but it doesn't have any life on it, and a little bit of fire resistance and crit chance, so kind of just more of a damage scaling helmet, if anything. Still lacking chest or any rings or gloves, but
well,
oh man.
The chest piece is something that we're going to be not seeing from a lot of our players, as chest piece does give you a ton of defense, but it takes away movement speed. And movement speed is a pretty major
God, he
element.
has an amazing staff.
The boss fights, though, especially
he has double damage as extra and plus 2 levels.
I just have to point out that Mostly Works has 0% cold.
He has an incredible staff.
That's going to be rough.
That's a problem. I mean, lightning resistance.
And lightning, yeah, 4% lightning resistance, 0% cold res.
Okay, yeah, 4% is not enough. Lightning resistance is very important, not just in Act 3 and 4, but
wait,
also
0% cold res. He skipped fighting the girl in the first zone.
That's going to be a big problem.
No, yeah,
15% movement speed boots, though. That's a huge one, honestly, because he hasn't been checking vendors much.
Yeah, they did that one vendor check, and that was all they managed to pick up from there, which is good. But usually that's the icing. Yeah, you want some survivability here too. I really hope they can keep it together, because I will absolutely want to see this Druid Mercenary Huntress 3-way battle. Because I am very excited that we're an hour into the race right now, and I actually don't know who's going to qualify. You know, I had like a top 4, and let me see, is my top 4 even in the running right now? Jilu was the only one from my top 4 that is still in the running. A Guy That Dies, Angormus, Jilu, and Whole New Society were my top 4 to qualify for this race, but it's only Jilu from that is currently.
Wait, what happened to Guy That Dies?
So this is very unexpected. Yeah, that's it.
We never know until Tavakai is dead. We've had so many of these races where
even
somebody will be in the lead throughout the entire race, and then they get to Tavakai and they can't finish for another 20 minutes.
He died a lot.
It's like that first one was just like a little tenderizing bone storm, and that second one takes him from 90 down to 10% health.
That's
I
nice.
love it. I love the giant burnstorm.
Yeah, and
Holy
proves that you
moly.
don't even need to get any ascendancies or anything, because we've seen that on
Ziggy just
the
said, "I love a
Inferno in the
giant
past.
bone
But
storm."
nope,
Yeah.
on a
That's gonna be
druid, you
clipped
can
for
still go
sure.
crazy.
Yeah, and that's ultimately one of the reasons why we saw the switch from Infernalist was like competing despite having to ascend. But
Mhm.
you know, with this field getting even faster this season, or for these qualifiers since season 4, it's not been a long time yet. People have improved like 10, 15 minutes in some cases. That was just going to
Yeah.
be really hard to keep competitive. But so now we're seeing like people switching to the Huntress, but then there's Druid coming out of there and being able to do what the Infernals was doing without ascending. Oh, mate.
Yeah.
But the speed was the other thing that Infernalist had. You know, they could move around and they could get really good survivability too off the energy shield. So I don't know if Mostly Works is going to be able to pull off those things, speed and survivability too. It's a bit tough.
Yeah. It's definitely tough. But I mean, is a druid really going to be squishier than a huntress? I mean, the reality is that if you've got the damage, you can just do what huntress does. Equip a chest piece for boss fights, have a bunch of different weapon swaps, because that's what huntress is going to be doing. They're going to have a bunch of different weapon swaps. They're going to be weapon swapping their talismans. There's going to be quite a lot of gear management in Act 3 and Act 4. And they're just gonna
See,
go.
I
They're
go,
gonna bolt.
I
They're
go
not
way
killing any
slower
monsters.
than
They're
mostly
only killing
works, so it
bosses.
takes me way
Maybe
longer
you
to
can
get
do
to
that
this
on a
point. But
druid
usually,
too.
when you get to
Who
this
knows?
point,
The damage is looking great.
Entangle is so
The weapon
strong it
seems
just
good
kills
enough.
everything. You just throw
But if the
Entangle and it
survivability
dies,
is
right?
similar, maybe this caster setup is gonna be working out as well.
This is very interesting here, but this is obviously a pretty good zone for XP for the Huntresses with their whirlwinds just bouncing off the walls and cleaning up this pretty high density area.
Oh God,
So
G-Loop!
whereas you're kind of just
Ah!
taking out
He
little
almost died.
spots with those grenades, those whirlwinds are just taking out everything.
Yeah.
So we're seeing them get a little bit more XP here than you would usually try and do, and maybe that will kind of lessen the amount of work they need to do in the Dreadnought. Whereas the mercenaries typically will see the mercenaries farming about 2 levels in the Dreadnought. I don't know what the Huntresses will be doing. I mean, the Dreadnought also seems like a good zone for Huntress, to be fair. I mean, a lot of zones do,
Huntress,
to be honest.
you know what Dreadnought is also good for? Skipping.
Yeah,
I think the Huntress is gonna skip all of it. They're just gonna bolt
that would
it.
be
Pounce
wild
all the
because
way
it's
through.
yeah, Dreadnought farming has been like a
Wait, I'm
staple of
Exile's
racing
almost
for
tied
such a long time,
23.
like the
I don't know
entire time
how.
basically. So it'll be
Well,
really interesting to see if that Huntresses skip that, but they almost
we're about
skipped the
to find
boss.
out. Both of our Huntresses are level 26 now, so we're getting very close to that level 27 threshold where, yeah, they're going to be skipping everything.
Yeah, so I'll
Duo
tell you.
on Torgul. I just want to see the single
Nice.
target. You can see all that
Is
chill
that my
ground
computer or
dropping. Torgul
Manifest.
manifesting.
You guys see that bloop?
He
Very
manifesting
cinematic.
very dramatically.
How crazy is this going to be? This is a pretty good arena for Twister. Ramping up, 20 different buttons. Oh, he actually messes up. You can see the Twisters were in blue,
There's the
but the
barrage there.
freeze is immediately there, and the damage is coming
Nice.
out. Boom!
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, what you're seeing
He
is
even messed
lag
up, and it was
viewers
good.
is quite often not actually lag, but rather the players pausing to either checkpoint or to allocate passives, which we don't see because we're not watching their perspective. We're watching them by spying on them in the client, which means we don't see their like what their mouse cursor is doing and what their menus and stuff are doing. So if if it looks like it's lagging, it's often the game is pausing, right? So
Yeah.
keep that in mind. We don't get quite the one-to-one experience here,
Or
but we
if
do
they're
have now
messing
the
with
ability to look at
they're
what
also
they're
messing
doing.
with their skill tree, and there's going to be
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
respecking. So whenever they're like standing in town, they're not doing a pee break. They're actually playing as quickly as they possibly can, but it
Yes.
unfortunately just doesn't show for us as
That's
we've
it.
got that exactly happening for 23, who is now in the Dreadnought. I'm not sure.
Dude, 23 and I'm
No, okay.
Exile are
I
like
think
at the
23 is
exact
quite a
same
ways
spot.
away. Jiluo just hit 27, I'm pretty sure. So I
Yes.
wonder if the full-on swap is going to be happening now. You're not going to be messing with the passive points just yet. Eventually, you're going to be specking out of all of the speed nodes and going for all of the damage nodes. But I don't think that's something that they're going to be doing just yet, as you have, well, all of Act 3 and all of Act 4 to get through.
Yeah, so Exile on 23 first into Dreadnought here, with Gila just taking a little bit of extra time in town first. I'll tell you what we know from the mercenaries. So the mercenaries typically will try and farm up to level 28.5-ish with Dreadnoughts, and that might
I
be like
think
one
Exile
or two
might
Dreadnought
be
runs. It
first
used
to
to be that you could
Jamanra.
reset at the checkpoint and just farm the blue packs, but that has been changed. So now they'll do like a full zone reset and kind of run through again. But there's a lot of decisions being made based on like whether how your gear is looking and everything as well. But for the Huntresses, yeah, we don't know. They do
Here
seem
we
to be
go,
clearing their way through,
Jamanra
but we'll see if
for
they go for any
this
sort of
isn't
resets.
Jamanra.
It's interesting. I
Thought
mean,
this was the
he's
entrance to Jamanra.
kind of clearing on Jiluo, but not really fully. We got a little bit of a pause. He's going for the reset. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I
there's the
wonder.
reset.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's already 27. Maybe I.
Okay, 23 is first to Jamanra. Here we
Let's
go.
have a look.
They're
level
both there
26
essentially at the same
currently.
time.
Shows 26,
So
but the ladder is a little bit delayed. So,
Well, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm
wonder.
looking in game 26 for Jiluo currently.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
So they are looking
Wow.
for some breakpoints, but it is unclear to me what those breakpoints are at this point. The Huntress is such
It's
a
27. It's 27 for
27?
sure.
Is the 27 for something in particular though? Like, because I know
I think it's
that
just the passive points. The weapon is 26, but
yeah.
I don't think they really care about the weapon. I think it's just
Yeah.
trying to min-max your passive points. You've got some really nice nodes with duration and damage, and also
Mhm.
there is a accuracy, attack speed, damage to blinded targets, I think, node that they really need to pick up for Tavakai
yeah.
to make sure that they have 100% accuracy. You don't really have to worry about accuracy throughout the run on a Huntress, but because they're going to be doing the bosses, 20 levels below the zone level, that's the point where, you know what, some accuracy actually becomes mandatory for these attack abilities as 23.
Dude, Tornadoes is
481
Jamanra
life
kill.
getting chunked by Jamanra,
Let's
but it's
focus
an
on
even battle.
Exile as they move into their second phase. 23 taking down Jamanra
Nice.
super quickly there. Let's see how Exile compares. I don't believe they've had any major upgrades since they picked up that earlier crossbow, so it's falling off a little bit now, but was pretty good at the time. This Jamanra is going down okay here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the damage is looking nice, but
Yeah,
again,
that's off the
you
back
did
of
get
that
a lot of the
buff.
utility.
Yeah, there we go.
Not a lot of the damage. Yeah, well, at least his mana wasn't a problem. Jiluo soon up to Jamanra as well. And yeah, 23 actually did hit level 27 just before Jamanra, so getting ahead of Jiluo there. Looking great.
Dude,
Jiluo
Mostly
beginning
Works
his
is not
fight,
doing
going
too
through a
bad.
little bit
He's
of a
also in the
dialogue
Dreadnought.
phase as we go for the full screen. You can see in the bottom right also the tiny screen. 23 is going to be doing a nice logout skip, and you can see what kind of effort our players are going through. He's listening to the dialogue from the hooded one right now. And actually, he doesn't go for the lockout. So you can see how much time he's spending running back. Most of our players are going to be skipping that. That's a big
Maybe
time
doesn't know
sink.
about that one.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe doesn't know
Interesting.
about that one. Or maybe has like slightly longer load times. That sometimes can be a factor on those sorts of skips. If it ends up being not faster anyway. Jiluo getting very fast first phased there. We get ready to move into the second phase. I'm sad we haven't seen anyone do the tech where you jump and then you start standing up in the fight in the second phase. Unless they fix that, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if they fixed that, yeah, but that is a pretty cool one. You do save yourself a second or two. And you've got all those spells that he has to cast before. The arena is big, but the twisters with all of the
That's
increased
pretty
speed.
good. Oh man.
Pretty good for an essentially white weapon that he's using for the next, hour. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know which players know about this or even if it's fully confirmed, but there's this theory that the way that Jamanra is facing will affect how quickly the kill steal sequence begins. So if they're facing down and to the right towards the NPC there, oh, we just had a death down in the corner, did we? Mostly Works. Druid, just died in the Dreadnought. Indeed, a super dangerous zone. Getting stuck there.
No,
Managed to get their max
Mostly
health up to
Works.
374, but that's compared
No.
to 530, 540 for some of the other races here. Again, and just getting absolutely wailed on there.
Jiluo also not going for this kick. I wonder if I think the Chinese players don't know about this tech. Interesting. Yeah, really unfortunate for Mostly Works for sure. But I mean, also a little bit, not unexpected.
We'll see like over these like 3 next qualifiers. We'll probably see a proliferation.
We might have to swap out Mostly Works here as much as I love watching him play,
because a little bit faster and faster and be like,
he's
I
a
didn't know about
squishy
that.
boy.
Yoink.
For sure.
But that is indeed a big upset for Mostly Works. They had been keeping up on pure speed and grit and damage, but obviously that survivability was just a ticking time bomb for them, and it blew up right in their face there. We might be getting someone else on screen in Mostly Works place soon, though we'll keep a a fifth eye on them in the background to see if they can manage to keep up. Because I do really hope to see some nice
Okay,
druid
23
action.
is doing well.
Yeah, and as we head over to Act 3, you can already see Jiluo went for the swamp. There's going to be quite a lot of inventory management, but you can see pretty much all you're doing till the finish of the race is hopping around in that doggy form, and
This is bad for
that's
Plant
Huntress for
Daddy.
you, you know?
No, we'll be
She's
fine.
just kind of crazy. Twister's good. It is kind of important that you kill Root Dredge as you get your first level 9
He is fighting
active
Monkey
gem
Boy.
here. That's going to be Oil Grenade, especially for the mercenary. So that's something that.
Oh,
23 goes for
23?
monkey
But
kill.
I'm sure
23?
mercenary did.
Huh?
Is that a pause? Are they pausing? Checkpoint? Yeah, I think they were a bit sus about eating that slam there. It looked like they were going to dodge it, but they were playing it safe there. Obviously, a slam from the mighty Silver Fist is something to be respected. We have seen
544 life. He would
That's
die. 100%.
is a nice freeze there, but they're not really getting any bounces. They're trying to bounce off that pillar, but it's just not working. They're going in all different directions. So it's a bit of a slow and steady Silver Fist kill, but they do get it on their second attempt there. Nicely done.
Okay.
We are seeing more players go for Silver Fist. I haven't even seen the Mercs do it as well. Just those extra passives. It can be pretty quick to do. It's slightly less risky than it used to be, but still a little bit dangerous. That's a nice freeze there. Better positioning
seems to be
for
hitting
Jiluo,
way harder
and
than
Silver Fist
23.
is going down a bit faster than 23's did.
Oh, but not when
Pretty
the
good
tornadoes
positioning.
go that
Trying
way.
to bait out that slam there. We've got the spin slam and gets the kill before that goes down, so no worries at all for Jiluo. Very clean Silver Fist kill. Very
Drops
nice
a
stuff.
level 9 gem, but doesn't need it. He's already got everything that he needs. But at this stage also, you can see him kind of jumping sideways, searching a little bit for something. He's looking for a rare mob. He's going to be using Tame Beast, I would expect at least. And that Tamed Beast will be something that our Huntress players, especially maybe some of our other players also, are going to be utilizing for single target. It can be beneficial because obviously a Tamed Beast can have an aura that can give you either damage or defenses, but it's a little bit risky also because you have to keep in mind that that beast can be targeted by the boss, and maybe if you unfortunately dodge towards your beast and you get hit by an attack that was meant for it, but really
I'm
Exile
Exile
just
versus
one-shots
the
you,
monkey. Bottom middle.
that can also hurt you. But for min-maxing, it's a big deal. The Ferocious Roar
And
coming
Woodish.
out from Woodish on the mercenary and a clean
Really
kill
good kill.
on the
Bit
monkey.
fast, yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm Exile's getting simultaneously a very good one there as well. Although needs to get that kill before the slam goes down. There just manages to pull it off as well. Very nice. Some tight, exciting timing for us here on these monkey kills. All 4 players successfully getting the monkey kills with no monkey slam deaths to speak of. Wow.
Yeah, it's also important that in Jungle Ruins for the mercenaries, you do the league mechanic because you get a guaranteed tier 3 support gem. It's the first one you've got available, and that's going to allow them access to deliberation. So a pretty major damage gem for the mercenaries. Again, not really something that the huntresses have to worry about. They're just doggy form, jumping around, trying to get through all of this as quickly as possible. But honestly, even compared to some of the runs that I've seen from Huntresses, either from last season or some of the hidden VODs that I've managed to detect, they don't have a lot of HP. They have a lot less HP than I've seen in a lot of the personal best runs. So, I wonder.
Yeah, so
we did expect that it's
benchmarking-
going to be rippy, but
Yeah,
it's
for-
going to be a
for-
lot more rippy this time around.
So you have a bit of an idea. Like right now, the Huntresses and the Mercenaries are pretty similar in the like defenses, in the life totals at least. Mercenaries typically going to have a bit of armor, which is going to help them. But
It's crazy how close
and
this
real quick,
race
sorry,
is.
Ziggy. Just take
Go
a
ahead.
look at where they're going to be positioning the boss on the Huntress. They go towards the exit, and you can see this little corridor.
They're pulling out
They
the
switch on
stairs?
over to the Twister to
Halo and
spawn the
23 are
Tame
like
Beast.
completely
And
cool.
this
tied.
is where you're
Is this
going to
guy
be seeing the
getting one-shotted?
damage.
Yeah, I expect that's going to be pretty strong
Oh
in there.
my
Yep, that's
dead.
pretty good.
What?
Damn, okay.
One shot at the guy by the door.
The Mercenaries
bit
can get
worse
an instant
positioning.
single phase, but it's actually dependent more on whether the Chimera just kind of does the right thing. If they go for an ice breath, it takes a
23
really long
messes
time to
up.
wind up. So
You can see the difference. 23 messed up, didn't quite position
Yeah.
it well. The Tame
They're
Beast
on the
maybe
pillar, they gotta
isn't
wait.
nearly as strong, and
That's
goes
rough.
into that pillar phase. Look, you can see how much slower this is. I mean, this is crazy.
Yes.
It's so much slower.
Oof. It was painful after I saw that last one.
Yep.
That hurts.
It's a huge time
Yeah.
sink. That's a
So
big
for the
difference. I mean,
Mercenaries, they're they're going to be hoping that Chimera is going into the Frost Breath immediately, because that allows them to get a 1-phase skip if they have any reasonable amount of damage right now, as that ability takes a long time to wind up. So we'll see if I'm Exile gets some level of luck here. Let's see, what have we got? Is that indeed, that's going into the slam. So no Frost Breath right off the bat, but it does get down the stun. We'll see if we can get a kill here before they go on a pillar. Unfortunately not. Nice, not what I'm Exile was looking for there. Has to prep and take down that pillar. Going to take things a little bit longer. Should be a faster second phase here than what we saw on the Huntress.
Oh no!
As you can
Did 23 just die? No. Wait, is he dead? I think he died.
No,
okay.
he's moving,
he managed to just barely log out. Oh,
just a bit of a checkpoint reset there. A bit of a dodgy one, it looks like.
Yeah, that was.
Was that like? Yeah, that was a miss on the on the wing blast there. Unfortunately, Exile gets it on the second try there, trying to get that wing blast stun down, but does not manage to get on that first go. All right, Exile gets through their kill, and we'll have Woodish come up to their Chimera here in just a moment, so we may be able to focus them production as we see how if their Chimera goes any better. This is, I believe, the sort of thing that doesn't get
Exile is
seeded.
absolutely hanging in there.
Some
The
of the
problem
tiny
is
windows
these.
I was just going to mention that on
These
some of the tiny
Huntresses
windows,
are
you can see
just-
that there's a cool skip. You
if
know
there's
those roots that block you in the corridor.
If there's a narrow corridor on these bosses, they're killing
really
them
any movement
instantly.
ability, as you can see on the Exile screen just now. So a big time save there that you can go for in this zone in particular.
No, if Huntress can do that. Oh, well, they can use Talisman or something, but they typically have both double spears right now. I'm not sure if.
No. Take a look, Ziggy, because they've, as I mentioned, they're going to be swapping out chess pieces for bosses, but they're also swapping out 3 different sets of weapons, and it's very important that you use that talisman. You're just constantly rotating that, because
you got to take advantage of that.
On a mercenary, you don't need 2 sets of weapons, right? So you just use talisman, you just use a crossbow.
Wait, Jilu's already on Giga Big Dick?
Well, okay,
Whatever
there are
his name is,
things that they're going to be
Jaquani?
doing later, but for right now, yeah, on Huntress, you need the Twister weapon, you need a Whirling Slash weapon, and you need that talisman for the Hippity Hoppity.
The Hippity Hop. That's right.
Yeah, the one that comes
Zigguatl
out.
for Jilu here. This is a boss that usually goes down very fast on the mercs, and this is a pretty fast kill here, but no, definitely not the craziest we've seen. You get one, I don't know if it's even too close to the wall for the bounce, right? Like, that might be too close.
Yeah, it's too close. I think so too.
So it's just normal single hits of damage there. But still
Jilu
decent.
is
You can
very
see that
far
23
ahead.
went for the big skip, so sometimes in this zone, you're going to notice the way that you generally do this zone, if you want to do it, is that you go one side, you do the core, and then sometimes the
never
middle
mind, I
can be
lied.
blocked, so you
Forgot
spawn
about
back.
23.
And when you spawn back and you do the second core, you have to wait for that pesky line to get all the way to the boss. Some players go for the checkpoint skip, right? And then they have to wait on the boss. You can reset a checkpoint again, and that way the line will be instantaneous, and you can spawn the boss instantaneously, and then kill it hopefully quickly, like 23 is doing so. And that was pretty decent. Jiluo all the way in the waterways already. Again, not really much that you have to worry about. Just going doggy form, skipping everything, stepping on those platforms, and not having to pull any levers anymore. Thank God. Thank you for that change.
So Exile's health is a little bit low for where the mercenaries want to be here. As they get towards Matlan Waterways, if they aren't approaching that 700 life range, they're really just kind of hoping to get some lucky exalts or some rune upgrades to get them over that mark. 700 being a really important life breakpoint for the mercenaries, because that's where you basically don't get one shot by a lot of Tabakai abilities. So they really want to try and push for that as much as possible. And definitely, if I was on Exile right now, I might be concerned about where his health is, and I might have to have a look at his inventory to see if he's got anything bankrolled for later. Woodish is in a little bit of a burst state here, but let's see how that Zigguatl kill goes for I'm Exile here.
Pre-prepping those gas grenades, making sure to optimize every aspect of the fight. A nice stun comes out. But will this be enough to kill it within the stun? Not quite. The 20% shock definitely helping 14% on the freeze. We're not going to be seeing any freezes coming out from the mercenaries. The boss dies. Decent. Comparable?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, comparable, I think. But I've definitely seen faster mercenaries, and I don't believe I'm Exile. I'll take a look in game, but I don't believe I'm Exile's had any big up. No, they're still on that same varnished crossbow, and this was a very good varnished crossbow, but this is not exactly what you want to be on for the rest of the race. Let me see what they've got. They do have an alloy. They've got an alloy lined up though. Okay,
Yeah.
that looks promising. Well, that's the level 30.
Ziggy, I
not
think if
quite
you
as
were
set
to
up.
ask Exile if he thinks his weapon is good, I don't think he would agree with you.
Well,
These
he's
suck,
got
I
an
gotta be
alloy
honest.
lined up here that is okay.
That one
Let me
sucks
see.
too.
Oh, I can't see his DPS in game. Oh,
I
guess
can't see the DPS, but I can see the crossbow.
Attack
This
speed,
thing
crit,
sucks.
Yeah,
crit.
The 1500 is kind of the iffy range if you're around there. You can make it work, but it's not ideal. You certainly want to be a bit above that, but I can't quite see where they're at there. Yeah, this is
They're
what they've
not
got to
good.
work with at the moment. So they've got that elite crossbow, but is that even an upgrade over the varnished crossbow?
I mean, it
Maybe
is
not.
better, but
It's just a little bit.
it's rough.
Yeah, that's
I don't
not
think
exactly
he's
good
happy
enough.
with the run. But that's
Yeah,
the
I
risk
saw the
with a
triple damage mods
mercenary.
and attack speed. I was like, okay, but yep, no, not quite enough. A bit low
Yeah,
on the
they're
rolls
like-
there. So the big thing is those level 31 affixes are twice as good as the level 16 affixes. So it's a huge difference in damage. You know, you may be getting like 50% more damage if you manage to get some of those affixes to roll.
Yep.
But that
sure.
alloy was an early pickup. It's an item level 30 base.
Damn,
So I
nice
didn't even have
damage
the
from
chance.
Woodish. I think
was
Woodish
good.
has
Jesus
a
Christ.
twice as good weapon as Exile
I need to have a
does.
look at Woodish. Let me go have a look. Because that was definitely twice as good. So this might be where Woodish is at. Let's take a look at Woodish here.
Does he have the
loading.
crossbow from the heavens or what?
We have a varnished crossbow here that is decent, but again, that's the varnished crossbow, so that's the item level 16 one. So they don't have anything banked in their inventory for bigger damage rolls. There's no there's no level 31 crossbow waiting in their inventory at all there. So where is that extra damage coming from? They have a pretty good ring and pretty good gloves, so maybe just that, ultimately.
Wait, what? What am I seeing?
Oh my god.
Ziggy, are we looking at the same thing? Woodish just level 16 crossbow is insane.
Yeah, but it's still the level 16 crossbow.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good. It's like, it really is almost twice as good as Exile.
Yeah, but imagine that with twice as much on the damage rolls.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
That's what you really want.
Right ring is unbelievable.
It
show
is
the second right
It is
ring.
almost ideal.
Double
level
flat
16
damage
crossbow,
and
but
40
we're far away
life.
from level 16 here. 28.
For mercenaries, because
moving
of
up to
how
31.
long... For mercenaries, because of how long you're spending on this varnished crossbow, that really is kind of the make or break for their runs. That level 16 really does determine quite a lot.
Right
Obviously, one a
topaz ring
good
is
crossbow
double
for
flat
Boston, but,
damage life.
you know, we're already
you can
an
jump
hour and
off the
30 in,
bridges
we're ending
with,
around 2
oh my
hours.
god.
You spend so much time. You
Jumped
really
off-
need a good weapon.
Oh, the Queen of Filth. There we go for
yeah, I think for
Jesus.
those Woodish and Exile, it hasn't quite been then there. But we've already seen some of our players get past the Drowned City, now heading over to a very dangerous boss. The Baby Eater.
Let's see if she does roly-poly and one-shots him.
With a double
A good
swing,
arena,
very
alright.
dangerous attack. But
Oh!
it's a decent arena for Hunters for sure. Trying to pop those mushrooms without taking as much damage as possible. The freeze, you can see making a big difference. And the thing is too that they're dealing like
Fat
triple the
mud
damage whenever
tits?
the boss is frozen.
Is that
That's
her
really
name?
the
Fat
state that you
mud
want to get
tits?
a boss to. I don't think I've seen any essences drop in the Drowned City. I believe that's the first zone where you can start getting essences, which do help quite a lot
Mark,
with itemization.
Rich, Raul,
You can see
Boar,
a nice
thank you so
skip
much for
over
the
here,
subs,
so a lot of
guys.
players were portal
89
out
from Mark,
and
this
run
guy's a
down the
god.
stairs to get to the Temple of Kopek, but our speedrunners
That's my
will
ex.
just go back to the waypoint with the checkpoint. With the waypoint, they're going to go back to the previous zone, which will then allow them to go into the Temple of Kopek by spawning at the bottom there. So a nice skip, and also something really cool in this zone that players have discovered somewhat recently. In the Temple of Kopek, apparently the
they changed
exit
it?
directly away from the door, so the furthest that you can go has a higher percentage chance to be actually the exit. There you go. He's going to find it immediately. So it is not random. It's about 50 to 60% more likely to be there.
Oh,
If
you
don't
could
get it, then
jump
you
the
spawn
gap
back.
there
You can
as
see that
well?
he jumped over that little gap in the ground that
Oh my
breaks
god.
away from the center. The exit to the next zone will always be where that little break in the floor is. So if you're ever frustrated that you can't find the exit of Temple of Kopek, it is not random. The second floor is guaranteed where it's going to be, and the second one you can heavily increase your odds. As yeah, the freeze comes out immediately, and Ketsuli will not be standing a chance. As I say that, the boss
Gone.
actually is going to die here.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
could be a
you
tricky
can
one on the
see.
mercs because of the grenades and it moving around
I don't.
unexpectedly
Yes.
sometimes.
I don't think
but,
anyone's going to
that
be able
is a
to
bit
pass
easier on the Huntress, isn't
Jilu
it?
if
So I'm taking a
unless
look at
he
Iron Exile. I
dies.
was able to get their damage up. So they have
Oh, Woodish, look,
1,468 damage on explosive, which is low.
Woodish didn't know about the skip, and he actually. Oh no, Woodish is not even past Drowned City yet. Oh wow, so he's really heavily fallen behind now, as I'm Exile trying to keep up on the mercenary, but
Jilu
still
is
quite a ways
way
away from
ahead.
the Huntresses. Wow, okay, man, the Huntresses are really breaking away. Again, they don't have to kill anything, so they're just going to be running directly at the boss, and for the sake of the mercenaries, hopefully they're going to have a few
Oh,
rips either prior or
yeah.
on Tavakai.
Jilu is
I
very
don't know.
far
It's
ahead.
looking a little dodgy. So we've got 650 health for I'm Exile, and the damage is less than 1300. Like 1500 is like a bare minimum, I feel. So that's really going to be rough for I'm Exile. We're going to be seeing that's a start. That's where you maybe even start to get into mana problems on Doriani, which is not where you want to be. So I'm very concerned about the position of the two mercenary players. Widish was a bit higher damage, around 1400, but still that's too low. That's too low. They really need some sort of upgrades here, and I don't know how they're
Nice
going to get it.
dodge. Nice dodges from Exile, gets the vulnerability spawn, so that would be very dangerous, but he manages to get out of the way from the double roll. An incredibly
He's playing it
dangerous
well.
attack. There's the temporal chains. Yeah, he's having to keep his distance. Didn't quite manage to kill her in the stun. The double roll comes out, does dodge right there. And a nice kill. Also, he's going to be
Very
hopefully going for the
skillful
skip.
from
Waiting,
I'm
waiting for
Exile,
the
like
loot. Okay,
always.
yeah, he has to get it.
Okay, here we
And now
go.
you can see
Jilu
he goes
versus
back to the
Viper.
checkpoint.
I think
Goes back to
Viper's
the
going to get
waypoint,
cooked, right?
uses the waypoint to go back to the other waypoint, goes back into the other zone.
Show us
And
Viper.
yeah, that will let him
We
skip.
need to focus the Viper fight here.
Show us Viper.
There.
No, show us
Yeah,
Spoke
there.
to
for
that.
sure.
Oh, 23 had a death. Was it to the boss? What happened there?
23
Oh,
died,
maybe,
so he's
yeah.
out.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
imagine it. This is a really dangerous boss. This is by far
I think
the.
Viper's going to
Some
die
people will think that
instantly because
Viper is
she's
the more
in
dangerous boss of Act
Died in
3,
the
small
waterways.
but
arena.
Oof.
our players are so familiar with the Viper
That
boss
gets-
fight.
Yeah, that secures Jilu's fight there. Viper is still a pretty challenging fight for a lot of builds. I don't know how the Huntress goes here. It's a good arena for it, obviously. Viper has two different phases where she floats in the air, one immune and one not immune. And there are some ways of kind of gaming that a little bit that players are starting to figure out. And I'm not sure
This
how the
damage
Huntress
is not
goes about
good.
this.
He forgot
It's
about the
not-
war banner. Doesn't kill the boss within the freeze. Might get an invulnerability phase here.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be
we'll s-
dangerous, but it's a lot
You
of
get
time
close.
spent.
Might be able to just barely pull it
Wait,
off.
oh!
Okay, gets the
Kills
kill
it on the second freeze.
right at the end there. That was like really kind of tempting fate for the immunity
Yeah.
phase, which would have cost quite a bit of extra time. But that means Jilu has secured themselves a very nice lead here over 23 off the back of their death. So the Huntress race is currently tilted heavily in favor of Jilu, and overall, obviously, looking very good there. I'm Exile now, just starting Ketsuli. So it's got a bit of catching up to do.
Jiluo is playing it not just ridiculously well. They're playing it safe. He's playing it really safe. He was killing mobs leading up to Viper, which you don't get any XP. You don't get any items from that. But he's still killing all of the monsters. You can get the additional passive points on the way there if
Jilu
you
dropped
kill
like
the big boys in
2
that zone.
HP.
Same as the zone that he is in right now.
Good Ketsuli.
But he's mostly killing because that zone
But
is
Jilu's
dangerous.
way ahead.
Yeah,
He's
nice
like
kill from
3
Exile.
minutes
As
ahead.
Jiluo is looking so strong. I mean, it is ridiculous what he's
Here
doing.
we go. He's
Honestly,
zoning in for
super
Doriani
well
already.
played. And none of the bosses have been looking threatening to him so far. As you can see, the other Huntress, 23, does
Rax
die
wants Jilu to
to
die.
the
I don't
big
want
lady.
Jilu to die. I want him to keep
Will
flying.
he have a nice clean
The
kill
opposite.
as Jiluo is already approaching Doriani. Oh man, immediately he moves
Cool.
away from the gas grenades.
He used that damage buff too low there. I think maybe the power charges were about to expire, but he didn't really get that damage buff to land for the initial grenades.
I think we should look at 23. Honestly, another boss fight. This is the boss that killed him just a second ago. Woody's
Yep.
manages to take down
Woody's
his
just got it
boss
in the bag. Let's have a look
Has
at
to go through
23
the
here on
entire
take
animation
2.
again.
Queen of Filth. That's a lot of barraged whirlwinds right there.
He's standing in the enfeeble.
Twister's
Okay,
in.
manages to get out. But for the entirety of the freeze duration, he didn't drop the war banner and he was standing in the enfeeble. 23,
Okay,
looking
but
shaky.
that was
Takes
much
the
more
boss
comfortable
down,
though. A divine
Well,
orb.
Nice divine
Think-
orb. It's a big deal. There's a big roll variance on the spears in
Here we
particular.
go.
So you can actually utilize this
Doriani.
divine orb to really improve your level 21 weapon.
I think Jilu's gonna cook this guy.
It could be
That's a
just
big deal.
like, yep, let's just make that attack speed a bit faster or something.
Okay, here
Very
we go.
nice.
Laser skip. This is what we're looking for. You want the big
Oh, that
freeze.
is
Ooh, really
Hit.
bad.
Not even
That's not good.
Not even on the release. That entire
He might
barrage
actually
wasted.
look at what he's doing. He's actually waiting. He's not attacking the boss because he's waiting for the boss to move a little bit
Yeah, you gotta
further
get away from that
so he
wall.
can get the big war banner, get the freeze, and have the laser
Much
skip.
better.
Is he going to be able to get it? No, he didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
that's rough.
wow. Okay, so if he manages to not spawn the lasers, he saves himself like 15 seconds. But if the lasers spawn, the boss has to go through the entire animation to transition into the next phase. So what Jilu wanted to do was pull the boss a little bit from the wall, have a big pre-stack for Twister, and then immediately shoot all of them out, do a chunk of damage, freeze the boss, and kill him with that freeze to avoid this laser phase. That's what all of our players are going to be trying to do. The Huntresses with the freeze, and the mercenaries with the stun, but he doesn't manage to get it here, and it heavily
Exile,
extends
can you do it?
his
Can you do
Doriani
it?
phase.
Yes. Exile gets their Viper kill down in one clean phase there. No immunity phase. Very nice. Woodish is about to start their Viper. As Jilu moves into second phase, Doriani, a much bigger target here for those whirlwinds and much more optimally placed.
Oh my god.
I expect this is going to be a very fast kill right here. Oh yeah, that freeze takes them down most of the way, and just finishing up that last little bit of health bar.
Nice.
The boss got to do one ability. Yep.
Woodish
Very
on
fast.
Viper.
Let's see how Woodish just goes. Woodish has a bit better damage than Exile. Exile did manage to pull off the insta phase there. The stun timing is important here, actually. If you want to stun her early so that she doesn't get her stun immunity when the damageable floating phase begins. But if you stun her later in the phase, she might just go right into an immunity phase. But in this case here, right, obviously we go into an immunity phase for Woodish. So a bit unfortunate as the arena gets a bit smaller here, but does have a stun come out very fast there. And hopefully that's enough to take them the rest of the way down this health bar. The stun on the mercenary is very strong and fairly controlable.
Oof,
with that flash grenade usage, but has to sit through another immune here. Rough. We're just not quite putting out enough damage on Viper here to get through this so quickly. The longest Viper we've had.
Yeah, and is that a third one? He actually gets a third phase.
Oh no! The arena can't get any smaller.
Terrible.
Oh no. Okay, good dodging though. Impeccable dodging. Okay. Flask is still at halfway. We've seen plenty of players die to Viper in the past. Thankfully, she is damageable there and does manage to get that kill, but that took a solid extra 30 seconds or something. That is not really what Woodish wants here in the battle.
Is he doing the
to
prison
try and
first?
get through this act a little bit faster, catch up to Exile and maybe potentially the Huntress Jiluo, but Jiluo is securing even more and more of a lead over time here, barring any potential upsets. Zone. We've moved on to the next act entirely and are getting onto the first island for Jiluo. The prison.
Yeah,
some nice leaping action there.
Huge.
That's some leap slam. Interesting swap to leap slam here for the mercenary. So leap slam and disengage for mobility. That's a lot of damage taken there. 600 health for Jiluo. It's a little bit low, but this is what we expected, that the Huntresses would become quite squishy towards the end of the race. So this is where the Huntress deaths maybe happen, but I believe Jiluo is deathless so far. 23's had a few.
Yeah.
And that has knocked them out of the running as Luxian has taken over their slot in the 4th camera place over there, also on a Huntress.
And yeah, 600 HP is extremely low. He really
so if Jilu dies, Exile has a chance.
Some nice skips there. Throughout this prison layout,
I think everybody else is too far behind.
Is about what I've seen a lot of our players have at this stage of the game. So 600, not quite there. I'm Exile fighting his boss. I think he had a laser skip. I'm not 100%.
Mercenaries can
I was
get it pretty
focusing a little
consistently
bit too
around
much
that
on
1500 damage range, but I'm Exile's a little shy of that, so I'm not entirely sure, but it does move into the second phase now, regardless. Let's see how that one goes. Getting everything buffed up. Hopefully some nice big damage for I'm Exile here. Gets that stun down. Now's the time for big damage.
The ferocious
It's
roar
not gonna
coming
be,
out a little bit late.
Yeah, it's not going to be quite clean on that one yet. Exile has hit that level 31 breakpoint now, has all the nice grenades, does do a nice dodge roll through the butt laser, and survives. No butt laser deaths here for Exile.
so
Pretty
hard.
clean. Jiluo dying.
Jilu died.
Jiluo
What an
actually
upset.
dead. I was about to say, I think we should focus
What
on
an
Jiluo
upset.
because
This time, yep, let's have a look here. That is death in the prison there. We were just saying, Caster cursed it a little bit, maybe. But
oh man,
it's from this point that we start to see things get a bit shakier for the Huntresses. But they've just been so skilled in their movements and play so far that, like, I was starting to believe the claims of deathless practice runs. But even though it seems
how did this happen though?
incredible.
This is very surprising. Okay, so the big thing about the layout that he was in is that you want to switch to the ocean side because that allows you to skip the entire
He's not
middle part,
eliminated.
which
When
leads to
you
a lot
die,
of
you
dead
have to
ends and
stand
something that you
still
don't
for
really
2.5 minutes.
worry about, right? You're trying to get through the zone as quickly as possible.
But wait a minute,
Another
I thought
big
the
element is
timer
that whenever
only
those waves
begins
come in,
after
the
you
majority
release,
of
though.
mobs in this zone have like an 80% damage reduction. So you're really not killing any monsters. You can't really get stunned because you're just dodging in dog
No,
form. And he
it
was
started counting.
practically on top of a checkpoint. So
Oof.
what could have possibly happened here? Maybe we're going to be able to
it counted
get
down.
some form of a replay. Or man, that's crazy. Either way,
Yeah,
I do
now
think that we should
Exile's
focus a little
doing a
bit more on
different
Jiluo
island,
because he
so
is just
it's kind of
so
hard to
far ahead of
compare.
everybody else, and these zones
Let's
he's
full
just
screen
getting
it
through
maybe
them.
with Luxian as well. We'll go to the 4-way view, I think, for a little while.
Yeah.
Udish does get their kill down pretty nicely there, and Luxian moving into their second phase. On the
50
Huntress,
more
let's see how they
seconds.
kill. We saw a very fast Huntress kill on Jiluo for Doriani, and it looks like similar sort of thing occurring here. That freeze goes down, and some nice big damage. And yeah, that's very fast there.
So Jilu and
Might be
I'm
surprised
Exile
if
now
it's
are
still
going to be
good.
about tied.
Couple interesting things that are happening.
And if
Exile's
Jilu dies
capping up,
again, then Wudish
catching
will
up.
pass him as
Jiluo's
well.
still having to go through
And
30
Luxian.
excruciating seconds of
Yep,
sitting
that
around.
2.5 minute death
But,
penalty. Feeling really long right now.
The volcanic
Yeah,
mines
I'm
is kind
Exile's
of an
doing a
interesting
different zone.
because you can find a shrine in here, and there's also an event with 2 golems where the last golem that you kill will drop a ring. So it might be something that some of our players are going to be going for, but I think Exile knows the position that he's in, and he's just going to try to get through to the boss as quickly as possible. And he's doing just that, as the boss should be on his screen in just a second. Jiluo now able to move. Woodish manages to pick up the chart. A really big thing is that you don't pick up the chart from Rog, because if you do, you have to wait for him to waddle all the way to his station, and that can cost
Waiting
you
for
a lot
waddles
of
is not what you
time.
want. No.
Yeah. Exile fighting
I would say actually I'm Exile might be
his boss now,
well, it's very
positioning
close.
him next to the wall, trying to maximize the amount of grenades that he's got. He does pick up a little bit of AoE on his
Hey, he got the
passive
boss
tree, which
stuck in the
allows
corner.
him for a better overlap on those grenades, but you still want to be able to position bosses in the correct spot. Gets the stun there. Honestly,
It's really
perfect
good.
play for Exile.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
so cleanly done. The damage might not look as impressive as the Twister, but the play, my God, Exile
Yeah,
really showing up here.
I've been seeing this a bit here for Exile. Like, despite the low damage that they're suffering, they're like playing their
Okay,
boss
he's
fight
choking.
really well. It took a little bit longer.
Jilu!
Oh
my God,
very
Jilu!
long
Choking at the
prisoner.
end.
Jilu also almost choking as well after having a deathless run, getting 1 death earlier in this zone. Almost suffered an upset on the prisoner here, but does manage to stabilize, get their health back up there, getting ready for that ballista usage.
So interesting
nice
too, a different
whirlwind
approach to the
barrage brings him down.
progression. I don't think that Jiluo has done his warrants yet. So as he's fighting the prisoner, that allows Exile an opportunity to catch up. And I mean, Exile's not getting XP either anymore. He is just
they're
trying
done.
to progress as well. So I don't know. That rip might be everything for Jiluo. There is.
Him and
Yeah,
IMXL
that was a
are
gap
so
closing for
close.
sure.
We won't know
I
until they
love it.
converge
I
to the
love that
same
for
island,
us.
but
It's
I
making
would
things
guess
much more
IMXile
exciting
is
as
slightly
things get
ahead.
really close for him here. IMXile though is not really like he's having a rough run for a mercenary though. The damage is low, the health is low. He's at 650
Yeah.
max health, really wants to be at 700. Hopefully gets like a rune upgrade or an exalt or something to be able to secure that. And that damage just basically can't be helped at this point. So he's just going to have to make do with it. And that's really going to hurt on Tavakai. A lot more room for things to go wrong. So he's got an uphill battle here, but
Luxian
is
dead.
doing the uphill battle.
Luxian died as well. Another Huntress falls.
It's all on Jiluo now for the Huntress representation, it seems.
I didn't even
Jiluo
see
versus
Luxian
IMXL
die.
seems to be the race that we're watching here, but there's still plenty of room for changes.
And look,
Woodish is not too far behind.
yeah, look, Woodish really caught up. That rip
Yeah,
from
right.
Jiluo, it might be everything. I mean, obviously, listen, we still have Tavakai. We have Benedictus. We even have Torvian. Okay, these are scary fights
Yeah,
that can
these are
absolutely
big
kill our
ones.
players.
Which
Jiluo
was pretty nice
kind
for
of
them.
died early.
Which I have to say, very impressed by Which. This is the first time we've
I'm so
seen them doing a
impressed.
Path of Exile race. Let's just remember that fact right here. And they've
Okay,
been
but
on
also-
stream for
No!
the oh, I'm Exile.
Oh, he dropped like
He
8
saw
health.
that
Oh
That
my
was
god,
insane.
dude.
I
You
could
see
not
that?
believe he didn't check
He
points
dropped
there.
like 8 health.
I was about to
That is
glaze Exile how
crazy.
this is his first POE2 race as well, and he shows up immediately. That was a
Oh my
crazy place to not
God.
log out at. I was certain he's gonna go for a reset.
Deal. Oh my lord.
He's going in the boss
And
fight
the
with
split
only
second
half of
decision,
his
he didn't think about it
only
long
half
at
of his
all.
health
He's like,
left.
you know what? I'm fine.
He had
And
to
just
use the health.
100%
Oh, okay. The
reasonable
checkpoint refreshed it
reset there.
because that
Most
guy was
players would
beating
have,
on
but
him while he
maybe there's
was
some awareness
pulling the
of the fact
lever.
that like I have to play super aggressive here if I'm going to overtake Jiluo and
Okay, this guy
and secure
killed
this win.
Gilu.
the
All
thing is,
all about
too,
getting in the
Watch
top fight,
IMX
right?
on
You
the
just need
bottom
fastest
left.
time. Play the risk. No point second.
And it's the first one. We've got a lot of good players, and there's 4 qualifiers. Maybe this first one, when you've got all of those hidden strategies coming out, this
Yeah,
is
you
the
go
one
crazy
to
on this
really
one.
go crazy in, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
you
afford
play
to fail.
super
You've got
risky on
3
this one.
more.
For sure, you play
Yeah.
super risky.
But I mean, it works out. I think Exile is ahead. I mean, they're both fighting their boss right now, but you have to keep in mind that Exile has already done Jiluo's zone, and Jiluo
Yeah.
has already done
It's like-
Exile's zone.
They've gone alternate directions.
I think
here.
actually
so we're actually
Jilu
seeing
is
like a really
still in
cool
the
like
lead.
side by side bossing of the alternate
Barely.
bosses. It's interesting how
Yes.
that worked out there.
But the prisoner takes longer. You have to go
Yeah, the
through
prisoner
the
does take
transition
longer.
phases. You have to shoot those ballistas. Exile is positioning the boss perfectly to allow himself to stand exactly where the ballista is, which will allow him to immediately click it and take the boss. He stands a little bit far away. This boss can be
It's
dangerous.
healing
There
there. Yeah, that's
is
what I want.
1 or 2 one-shot mechanics, which I think Luxian suffered. That's exactly what got him killed. So yeah, Exile still, as much as we're saying that they're taking
Nice.
risks, they're still kind of playing it safe.
I'm gonna have a look at
Yeah, nice kill
how
from
I'm
Exile.
Exile's going. He's just
Okay,
got a
what
unique as well.
shrine are we getting? Because there is a
Yes.
guaranteed shrine in Shrike Island, which Jiluo
Yeah.
is going to be looking at. If it's a
It'll be
good
same for all
shrine, he's
players.
going to leave it and using
Mhm.
it to at the checkpoint at the boss to go back and pick it up. But I haven't seen the shrine yet. I think it does spawn somewhere close, so he's most likely already seen it. Maybe we're going to be seeing it on Exile's screen, as this is a fixed seed, so they
This
have
is so
not
close,
just
man.
the same layouts, but also the same shrines with the same modifier, I believe.
A whole new society. We got a
So
new
what kind of
person on
shrine are
the race.
going to be having here? Ooh, Exile getting a
is-
little bit lost.
This is really interesting too. I'm Exile's gone for Leap Slam for their like sprint. So this is the sprint phase of the race, right? Players are not interested in killing unless they absolutely have to. In fact, many of the strategies will involve literally de-equipping your damage dealing weapons. So right now, I'm Exile has a talisman for movement and a mace for Leap Slam. But this is interesting because many mercenaries are doing escape shot as their like mobility skill of choice and having that bow. But
I'm
Exile
kind of
does not have a bow,
surprised
no
that they
escape
have
shot.
the
Escape
full
shot is
map
really good
shown
for not
rather
getting body
than
blocked, in the later
making the
stages of this area, especially
landscape
the final zone
transparent. I
leading
feel
up
like
to
it's
There
that.
is
way
a-
easier to read the
There
map
is
than
a
having
big
it
element here
transparent.
that we've mentioned, but we have to talk about, which is Torvian. A lot of our players are using a bow, and they were picking up a bow in Act 1, trying to get a fast attack speed one. And the reason for that was because there was a Torvian skip. Torvian is an extremely dangerous boss, as Exile actually really struggling with this layout. Man, he's taking a lot of time getting through this zone.
Yeah,
He
that
went
has been
completely...
fixed though. The Torvian
Yeah,
skip.
but finishing up, the Torvian skip has been fixed, but a lot of our players are still used to using a bow. And the big thing is
Yeah, you
that
practiced it.
Huntress has a really good arena for fighting Torvian. Unfortunately, there's the shrine. He's going to pick it up immediately as it's chill. Okay, I can't finish the sentence. Torvian is scary for mercenary. I mean, it's scary for everybody, but it's scary for mercenary because it's very difficult to do damage. He moves around a lot. He's got a lot of HP. You have to do the mechanic, which we're going to be explaining when we get there. But for Huntress, it's a perfect arena. Huntress does a ton of damage in the Torvian fight. So a lot of our players are used to using bows because of that escape shot mechanic. And I think a lot of our Huntresses also just haven't practiced Torvian. They practice the skip. But with the change that happened literally yesterday, I know immediately
Okay,
all of our
G-Lu on the
mercenaries
bird.
started practicing Torvian. So I wonder if that's going to come into play, not just because of the familiarity with the bow and the strategy that they've been using all along, but also, sure, Huntress does a good job killing Torvian, but
Good
if
kill.
Torvian kills
Okay,
you,
G-Lu's maybe
yeah. I mean, well, actually,
30
Exile managed
seconds
to
ahead.
pretty
So
nicely,
close,
even
look.
though he got lost a little
Let's
bit.
see how fast
I
IMXile
think
can
they'll
kill
start
this
the fight
bird.
right as Diablo finishes it. Oh, that race is
This
closing
is a scary
in.
fight. Also, you can
IMXile
definitely get one shot
I mean-
here with 2 different abilities.
Very fast, despite their lower damage here. Exile's not really managed to secure much in the way of upgrades, but is getting that kill pretty quick there.
Big bird
Honestly, they're catching up.
down. Wait, he's fighting the little bird. Exile, get out of there. You don't have to kill that. Poor little fledgling mommy. It's over.
See,
Okay.
650 health is not going to be securing any upgrades there. There is, looking at the inventory, there's no body runes to get any extra life. So 650 health is going to be what I believe. Oh, there's still one chance. There's exalts in this zone. There's guaranteed exalts in this zone. That's their that's
Yes.
Exile's last chance to secure another 50 health. One big
Which
exalt slam could
qualifier
make all
am
the
I going to
difference
race in?
because-
No, I'm not good enough to
those
race
deaths
in
on the
these
Tabitha
guys.
fight, those,
I would have to
those will take the
practice a
race up, that's for
shitload, and
sure.
even then,
And an
even if
extra
I
50 health
practice,
will just
I
stop
don't
you from
think I
getting one
can
shot by some of those
compete
mechanics.
with how good these
Again,
guys
we're
are.
talking about Tavakai.
I could
but
probably do
Torvian and
decent,
Benedictus have claimed,
but I don't think I have the skill level of
That's
these
true.
guys.
I think the mercenaries are getting
I
pretty
am very
good at those
interested
fights
in
now.
practicing it, though.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be
for
Tavakai
sure.
that's really still giving people grief. But, yeah, you're right. We've seen some big upsets on those ones in the past.
For sure. I mean, one of the practice runs that I've seen.
Yeah, I'm going to be
from,
40
top
years old in
Huntress
25
PB
days. It's
was
hard
actually
for
a death on Tavakai.
a 40-year-old to
Sorry,
win
on
anything.
Benedictus.
I'm just
So
too old. I don't
definitely
have
still
the
something. It's one of those things too
I
where
don't have the
the more you
reflexes
do
I
a
had
fight, the more
20 years
familiar
ago.
you become with it. The confidence kind of takes over, and it can be one of
Yeah,
those situations
I
where
get more
players just
migraines and back
underestimate
pains, and
something like that.
I
You know, it's
take
kinda
more
like the
pills
monkey.
per month than they do.
No,
I can
but,
beat them in
it's so
that.
easy to dodge the monkey slam, but also
Being as
at
old
the
as
same
I
time,
am, they
anybody
can't
can
beat
get
me
hit
in
by the
that.
monkey slam.
Oh, 3
So,
exalts!
I think
Yes.
for Benedictus,
So
it's a
G-Lu can
similar
use those on
situation.
his
Players practiced a lot,
gear to
but
try to
anybody
grab
can
some
practice
extra
that boss.
stats.
It can just get so ridiculous with a
Because he
certain
needs to get,
combination
they
of
said he
attacks.
needs to get to
The triple
500
exalted
or
orb has been
700
picked up
health,
by the
and he only has
Huntress. Let's
651.
see if Exile on the mercenary goes for
I mean,
it
I could
as
shit on all
well.
these guys at bingo and shuffleboard
Might be
and
doing
price
instances.
and watching
Yeah,
prices
Leaf
right.
is really good
Yeah,
in this
no.
zone, actually. Like, yeah, you're not dealing with pounces
way
cooldown
better
or
than
trying to
them
jump
at
up those
that.
railings. You can just sleep slam them all like this, just like because I was doing right now. Skipping down to that bell.
Let's
There's
go
those
for
3 exalts. I'm going to be watching to see
I can put my dentures
what
in
gets
way
exalted
faster
here.
than them.
They've been used. I didn't see, but we
here
don't
we
get to see
go.
their mouse cursor, so let me have a look. 700 health! They did it! They just
Wow.
like triple slammed it on, I want to say, where did that go? On the gloves, maybe? Possibly the ring?
Okay, the Torvian fight is up, and he's already dealt with the first mechanic. So the thing about Torvian is that you want to throw the big rocks from Torvian at the right and the left platform especially, because one of them gives ailment immunity, I believe the left one, and the right one gives damage reduction. So you want to make sure that you disable those casters, and you can see him do it on the right platform right there once again, and he immediately drops the War Banner to try to do as much damage as possible. I gotta say, this isn't looking
not
as
fast.
quick as I thought it's
Yeah.
going to be.
I'm
This
Exile.
is taking
Yeah.
a while.
Might
He's kind of a small dude, so the whirlwinds, the twisters can just miss sometimes, right?
they're
That's a
they're
both
pretty
in
good
the
chunk of
same
damage there,
fight.
but yeah, then we see like phases
I'm
here where it's
Exile's
like,
catching
up.
missing, everything's missing. Exile's starting to
Oh
fight.
no! Disaster for Exile. He actually throws the rock before the mechanic even begins. There is a little bit of a wind up there. So
Slows him down a little bit.
isn't cooperating. I mean, is it just me or is Exile killing it faster? He's killing
I
it
think
faster.
he is. Like
Okay,
he's
so
catching
the
up in this
big-
fight. Crazy.
Guys, the big drama was that the recent fix was worse for mercenaries than it was for huntresses. So that
Yeah.
was like the big drama. But I gotta say, the mercenaries so far is looking good. Obviously, there's still the
I don't know.
mechanic
I
that you
think
have to deal with. Things
Gilu
have to
killed it
line up for
faster,
you.
didn't he?
But
Well,
Gilu
let's see with the
took
stagger
quite a while
here.
to kill the boss.
I think
Big
Gilu
stun
killed
coming
it
out from
faster.
Exile. A
Needing to throw
huge
that
chunk
rock
of
there.
HP taken away from Torvian.
Yeah, rock
The
throw
rock is
here.
coming out.
Nice.
Oh, he tanks
Perfect.
it.
Yeah.
I think he did that on purpose though, because he tanked the other one on purpose too.
Okay.
I don't think he was trying to
Getting
dodge
some
it.
nice
True.
damage on there as well. Yeah, I don't know. It looks it's
Oh,
the kill speed
Exile!
maybe
Ah,
pretty
oi,
similar
oi!
in the end. Hard to
He
judge.
dropped
Dropped to
super low.
100 HP.
There's the damage reduction. The stun is in. He's
Okay,
not doing the
okay.
mech.
It's about 30
Got it,
seconds
and he's got the
difference.
doorway and ready to go right away.
Jesus
Does not wait
Christ.
for any loot or anything
He
like
went
that.
through
It's
the
time to
tornado,
go.
then he got
Those 3
double
exalts
pizza
really
cuttered
came
there.
in clutch for him.
Look
Exalt.
where
That was
Woodish
such a
is.
huge deal. Those guaranteed exalts did so much work for him. Woodish
Woodish just got up.
wow.
Man,
I'm so
Could it
impressed
be-
by Woodish's run here. This is
Okay,
insane.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because Woodish started practicing recently. So you know how a lot of these players practice Act 1, 2, and
Right.
3 because that's all that was available previously. Woodish started
Right.
practicing when Act 4 was available. So maybe
It's
he's
all
got
even.
an even amount of practice throughout
Not
all
stuck in
these
his
acts, and
ways.
that's why his Act 4 is good. Benedictus.
See, it's a theory. That's an interesting theory. But yeah, this is so much closer. Like this at this point, that means if Gilu and I'm Exile suffer a death, we're just right there waiting to qualify for ExileCon. And to
There's
do that,
no-
on
I
the
want
Okay,
to
first
Gilu's
believe-
signing Benedict
mate,
Arnold.
That'd be so exciting.
This looks
That would be
rough. Look at
wild.
Giluo. His damage is not up to par. Huge slam coming out from Benedictus.
Oh, I
Damn,
didn't
nice
know-
dodge
I
from
didn't know you could
Giluo.
do
Well
that,
played
what
there, but
Gilu
he's
just
not gonna
did.
be able to do damage in this phase.
I didn't know you could
He has
do
to
that.
wait for the maze.
Oh, we just know our hopes and dreams
Oh.
spoiled by one big
Immediate death.
Scorpion. Oh no.
Giluo gets the
that's
phase.
such a good run he's having up until that very moment. That is rough. All right, Gilu
Can
gets
Giluo kill it?
So he's doing a lot of phases here. He's doing a lot of
Very nice.
phases.
He's doing a
Okay,
lot.
let's see.
Yeah, he's
I'm
gonna-
Exile might pull ahead here.
Going to be.
Maybe.
Both of them are pretty much getting one shot by like 90% of Benedictus's attacks. Nice dodges so far from both of our players. I gotta say, not a
Big
clean
damage
fight
on
from
Gilu, he's
Giluo.
shocked.
He drops low.
He's got the freeze on the boss though, is he? Yeah, no, he's okay.
But it's
he's
not
got
gonna
this.
be enough.
No, I'm
Well,
Exile to
big
reset
damage
the
on those
fight.
bounces, though.
He
That
gets
was the
it.
exact spot where he needed him because he gets like
Oh,
that whole
no.
fight was so slow to that very point. Wait, did Exile,
Exile
reset?
reset.
Oh
Exile
no!
reset the fight.
He's looking
Oh,
for the
he was looking
shrine,
so good
I
at the
think.
start there too.
Wait,
Wait.
what's happening?
Okay.
Well, I don't think he can get the shrine again if he picked it up before.
Dude,
done.
Whole New Society is
It's
in
like
third.
One and done for that
Yeah,
one.
but why? We missed something. Why did he run
Yeah,
out?
I think he was doing some
I think he might have
ultimate
just came too
lightning
close to dying
attack,
or something. He
and
might have just botched it.
Exile thought he was
but
going to get
why
hit
would
by
he
it.
start killing monsters and then go back in? I think
He's staggered. He's staggered.
don't know
You 100
what
on?
happened there?
Maybe
But
he's-
he's doing a lot of damage now, though. It's coming down. That's a good
maybe it
first
was
phase for this.
Some gem build up or something. That was extremely unusual.
You might have
for-
you might have ducked out to get some power charges for the rend buff. So for
Yeah,
the,
maybe.
oh man, look at that damage. That is very nice.
That's what he was going to get hit
Prep
by.
those grenades. Unfortunately, has to do with his maze here, so immunity phase for him. I'm Exile, hopefully securing this in one grenade rotation at the very end here. No rend buff or anything active now though, so back to base damage.
He gets it.
And there's
Nice
the
stun.
Benedictus. Now, I want to see if I'm Exile knows about this skip, because you can pounce through the door as it's opening, and that skips the slow walking phase and lets you teleport out with a portal, which you can't normally do. So it's not quite a full flashbang skip, but a partial flashbang skip has been discovered.
Giluo didn't do it.
Yeah, Gilo didn't do it, and I don't know if I'm exiled. They're like sitting there in wolf form, so we'll see if. Nah, it looks like they're gonna be slow walking. I don't think they don't know about it. They don't know about it.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I feel a little bad now for maybe spoiling the strategy for people that might not have seen it, but at this point, everyone's streaming. They're going to be studying each other's VODs. It's going to be discovered either way.
I've
Oh wait, I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
Exile just did it.
Yeah, because see how he can just move as fast as he wants and then stand at the edge of each platform.
Yeah,
Exile just did it.
And the other part of this, in addition, you don't have to do the like slow walking dialogue. You can just leap straight through here and start it sooner. But you can also open a portal right there ahead of time.
I was about to say
earlier.
because one of the VODs
So,
where I saw the
I'm Exile
strategy
actually
was sent
just
to me
gained,
by
like,
Exile. So
20
like,
seconds on
what is
Gilu.
happening? Like,
just
how,
happened to be
how
later
can
than
he not know?
Gilu's gonna
when
have
he's
to
the
die
one
on the
sent
boss.
to me?
Gilu's
Yeah,
gonna win
exactly.
if he doesn't die.
That's a really good one because this was one of the longest sequences of lore stuff in the entire race, and it was just unskippable, thought to be unskippable for this whole time. But finally, someone discovered something there. Not sure who originally
Woodish
discovered
is
that
back
one.
in. Whole New Society just killed Benedictus. Nicely done by Whole New Society.
Very good. Whole New Society taking over from Woodish then
He's showing
as our
up.
third place player. Woodish.
And hey,
Hopefully
if you're
getting
not
their
here for this,
Torvian down.
if you're not here for just the speed running, but also you just want to learn how to progress in the zone that they're in right now, the league mechanic gives you a guaranteed 5 link, guys. So just find the find the thing and get your 5 link. Our players can't use it because it's level 45 and everybody's like 40 levels under the zone level. But if you're just doing regular progression, hey, here's something that you can do. There's going to be a lot of respecking coming up for our huntresses. They're going to be getting rid of a lot of these movement speed nodes, these sprint nodes, and they're going to be picking up damage to make their boss fight a little bit easier as we head over to the biggest danger. Only
Oh my god.
630 life for Jiluo right now. Will be equipping a chess piece, so that will be helping him a little bit. 700 for Exile. And this one, I gotta say, Jiluo is a lot more likely to die compared to Mercenary.
Well,
he is
Mercenary
still...
without escape shot has a bit of a tougher time here if they get body blocked. Jilu, meanwhile, has the disengage, which is similar to escape shot, and that it really shrinks it down and lets you get through.
Exile is at least in the same zone.
Through this zone
wait,
really good so
he's
far.
running.
They had to kind of like do a little bit of backtracking. This is bad though. Oh, but look, they get through it though. They get through it. A couple disengages, managing that pack very nicely. That was just nearly impeccable run through there and gets to the boss fight so fast.
Okay, Gilu's respecking
now
though.
We have to see if I'm Exile can manage to get through cleanly as well. Because, if they're going to be starting the fight a little bit after Gilu, then it could be a bit of a problem for him.
This is going to be close.
Honestly,
this is going to be close.
I feel like their damage is comparable. And 2, there's a lot less positioning that the Mercenary has to do. There's a lot more positioning that you can do if you want to do more face tanking, but it's a much riskier strategy. Honestly, I think Exile's having an incredible run. We're at 2 hours and almost 4 minutes, guys. This is an insane run for a Mercenary. It's not a great run for Huntress, but considering that there's only one rip,
it's a pretty great run.
I don't know. I think
204 is not a great run.
Now, that being said,
for Huntress,
any of these attacks from Tavakai, if they land, they will kill both the Huntress and the Mercenary.
Nice.
So
Exile gets through the zone pretty cleanly there. That's really good. He gets to move into his first phase here, right as Gilu is just finishing that first phase, which is about as much of a catch-up as he could have hoped for here. So... if you kill that boss just a little bit faster, or
dude, there is a universe where Whole New Society wins. He's also in the zone.
Down to the
there is a universe where he wins.
About as close as we can get it here.
Yeah, phase 1 is kind of okay. What is happening for Exile?
I do not know. That looked like when you're spamming Warcry, but that was very strange.
Something happened to Exile. He had to exit the fight or something.
I don't know what happened to him there.
He had a bug?
We're moving into his second phase here. Whirlwind's looking pretty good. The freeze on Tavakai.
Oh!
There's the big freeze.
Yeah, there's a big damage.
This phase is very dangerous. Not quite as dangerous as the third one, but you can absolutely get one-shot by a multitude of attacks. There is no shield to defend you from the rain.
Oh, man. This is looking so good for Gilu.
He's doing such a good job at despawning and respawning the Tame Beast, and you can see the Tame Beast actually tanking a lot of the attacks from Tavakai.
Yeah, surprisingly good.
That's phase 3 coming up.
Yeah, we can
for
focus
Giluo.
Giluo here, I think. For the final phase,
thought-
yeah, because this is
yeah,
everything rides on this. This might be Giluo securing their ExileCon VIP Ultra VIP ticket and place on the main stage at ExileCon.
And it would be crazy
Very
too,
exciting
because this is
moment
the
for
first
Giluo.
time we've had a Chinese player really overcome the rest of the world in Path of Exile history. We've had many compete in the past, but they've really never been able to win just about any races. To have a Chinese player take over the first qualifier of ExileCon, that's giant. I mean,
Well,
that's
let's
a
see,
really
guys.
big
He's got to
deal
beat this.
for their entire racing scene.
His first
He's doing
wins,
good, though.
Decent,
Oh,
not
oh,
amazing.
you-
Eats a big
ah!
slam there though. It's going to cost a little bit of recovery there.
Dodges the explosion.
Okay.
Nicely done.
I'm not seeing any Icicle Rain queuing up. The middle right totem is the Icicle Rain. This is the Moonbeam instead.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. That's big damage. Oh, I think he's got this.
But there's
There's a
no
little bit of
freeze,
room
no
still.
stun now. He has to dodge
he's-
everything.
The old-fashioned way here.
Wow, not a single spike in the arena. The explosion was just a big DPS
Oh,
window. Everything was
amazing.
All right,
Exactly what
rats
we
to
want.
Gilu.
Gilu gets the kill, and I'm Exile also having a really good run through. So I'm Exile was ready there to take it, but Gilu secures that victory at 206, maybe 48 or something there. Incredible run from Gilu, securing their
What a boss
slot
fight.
as one of our 4 Exile.
Dude, we have like everybody on the boss at the same time. That's insane.
I've
So cool.
never seen a Tavakai fight like that. Incredible.
Yeah, that
job
was
by Giluo.
that
I
was
can't
really
emphasize it
perfect.
enough.
Almost nothing went wrong. Ate one little
He
slam,
made it look
and then it was
easy.
fine. Yeah, right. Like this is not a fight that's been easy for people. So
Nope.
many deaths. All right, but we've got Arm Exile securing hopefully a kill here. Let's see how they can do it. They did get to that 700 break point and is definitely taking advantage of it. That's the Icicle Rain totem right there, I believe. Yep, is not ready with the shield swap.
He's frozen.
That
He
is
has to
really
reset.
bad. He's really bad. He's frozen. He didn't see it
Yeah.
in time. Okay, so normally you can see the totem light up and you pause, you go to your passive screen.
Imagine
and
if
then
I'm
you equip a
Exile
shield
had
and
been
you
in
block it, and
first
it's
there
fine, and then you
for
swap
that
back
moment.
by pausing again. But didn't see it in time, wasn't ready.
That was
Eats
great,
that
though.
Icicle Rain, gets frozen, and a forced reset.
I loved watching
Exile
that.
did not have it, unfortunately. Meanwhile, this is letting Whole New Society take over here as we move into their third phase.
That was amazing.
This is a lot of damage from Whole New Society.
I could kill them
haven't looked at it yet, but
faster.
it's looking a little better.
You
I'm
have
not-
to keep in
I'm
mind,
not
if you
even
die
close to
or
these
you
guys,
reset here, you
But
have to
I am
do
willing to
everything.
practice.
Phase
I do
one,
want to get
phase
better
two,
at
You
it.
have to do everything. It's not just the 2.5 minutes that you're sitting around. It's 2.5 minutes and everything else that
Yeah,
you've
it's the
done
worst.
before.
It's the worst spot to die. But not
Whole
Whole New
New
Society is not
Society will
dying.
kill
Takes
the
second
boss.
place. This is a racer to watch
Whole
for
New
next
Society,
week, that's for
second
sure.
place.
Whole New
Wow.
Society saying, hey, I'm coming for the next qualifying spot. Meanwhile, Luxian taking down their second phase. I'm Exile.
Dude, you want to know what I bet? I bet I'm Exile.
Next
Next race goes Huntress.
We're going to see
Maybe he
Luxian
goes
and
Huntress
I'm
and just
Exile's kill
dominates.
through to the end here, so we can get a little bit of idea of the playing field for next week at the very least here.
All right, boys.
But
And this
very
time,
impressed.
in the previous races,
I absolutely loved watching this. I think tomorrow I'm inspired. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go start messing with POE2. But IGN said that the campaign takes 20 hours. Yeah. IGN that's usually what they say about everything, right? 2 hours is obviously an ultimate god tier time from these guys, but probably not Texas C. I'm probably just gonna go to POE2. By the way, I need to give you the the extra divines that I have. I'll take the items though. Maybe I will do it. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Appreciate you. We're gonna raid this brand new streamer, DM. I think he was commentating with Karn. That was great. I loved it. I don't think I can do anywhere near 2 hours, but maybe I could do, I don't know, something. I have to practice though. There's so much shit here that I don't even understand. Thanks so much for being here though, guys. Love you guys. We'll do some speed running tomorrow. This is exciting. Good night, guys.